one top 8 ever, and that's it. So no experience. So this is a bold move, an absolute bold move for both Jack and Nolly.
I mean, it's kind of like a play from the Europe card, right? You know, Europe, they tend to bring up a lot of these talent more often than we see in North America. So it makes sense that the two Europeans moving over, they're going to grab the grinder down below that hasn't gotten a lot of shots up at the top. And it's like, okay, you don't have a lot of experience. We'll be the experience. You be the pop-off. You be the young gun. And I think Abjack and Nolly are the perfect duo to bring Chronic up.
Yeah, international transfers with a new young gun in Chronic, as you mentioned, going up against what is a team that stayed the same here in the offseason. So very exciting. I want to get now, you guys kind of broken it down just a little bit here. Let's get into the Verizon fan vote. Hashtag GGM1 if you're on the Gen G side. Hashtag V1 if you're going for version 1. Gibbs, I'll start with you closest to me. We'll go down the line here. Give me your predictions.
So this is tough because I power ranked V1 at number 5, but Gen G was lower than them. But to keep V1 at 5, I'm going with apparently, Jack. I'm going with my boy.
What up, someone?
Dignitas.
Wow.
Matches because he was the #1 player of all players on.
Did not see your stream yesterday. No, it's okay. I'm streaming here now.
I'm going
and
with
you're here now.
The bold move.
I did a watch party yesterday.
Yeah, you know, Abjack tweeted
We're doing that again.
I guess he's Fennec main again. Apparently, he feels cracked in the Fennec. You know, I'm all about that Procopium with the presets, but I'm also about the consistency, and that consistency is version 1. They have been always near the top contending in North America. They don't tend to fall off to upstart teams.
How you doing?
They like Daz said earlier, you know, they have their game plan. They know how to play against teams that are coming into the region. It's only the teams that have been incumbent in this region for so long that they tend to struggle against, and those are the top teams in the region. Gen G, they're not quite there yet. I think this team will be contending for the major, but right now it's...
Bro, last night I went to bed so early and I woke up early. Well, so early is not really that early.
Version 1. I thought it was going to say NRG, honestly.
I was just going to say energy, but I went to bed so early and I woke up. I only slept for like 6 hours. And I was up. And I was going to stream Rocket League into the pre-show. But I don't know. Something hit me, bro. And I just fell asleep for like an hour and 30 minutes. And I just woke up now. So
fans just in favor of version 1. Looks like it's climbing there. But listen. There's only one way.
So here we are.
To solve this bad boy out. Let's head over to the Verizon Skybox with a cheese and soup.
What do you mean? No, I saw the stream.
On top of this best of 7, the first match of the fall regional. Gen G.
No, Prism is not a Furia fan. Oh, did you see the VOD or something?
Thank you very much.
He's a Furia hater, bro. Not a fan. He's like the opposite of what fans are.
Here with me for the opening day of the first playoff bracket of the fall open of 22-23.
I don't know. I really haven't seen anything from Gen G. I think V1 should win this. That's the first time I've ever seen Chronic. Oh, Beast Mode trolled. I don't know if that was free though, because I couldn't see his POV. Maybe he was just strategically faking.
You know, brand new team. 2 of these members going across the pond, like they mentioned on the desk, and to come into North America where the competition.
Second favorite Sam team in NA, bro. They ain't Sam and no more, bro. They NA, dog.
Version 1, who last season were so successful and so consistent, and Achieves, I don't know about you, I am so glad that they stuck together. Too many times we see teams not find.
Bro, saying they're well, that was scary. Saying they're your second favorite team, it's literally saying they're your least favorite. That's the same thing out of the Sam teams. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? And proud. That's not a fan. That's not something a fan would say.
Beast mode gonna buy him a little bit of time. Jack just keeping the pressure up with the boost steal and hoping Nolly can find a way forward. Khan able to dodge a couple of demos, and Chronic really aggressive there as the third man, seeing if he can find a way to break through that V1 defense. They had a pretty decent matchup against FaZe yesterday, went all the way to 5. And
nice. Beast mode's looking good.
Felt pretty good.
I don't know who I want to win this. I guess like I'm pretty neutral. I care more about V1 though, probably. But I do like the guys on Gen G. So.
Excellent showing at a couple of live events last season. Seeing if he can continue on. At the start, in the new region. It's Calm pressuring the goal line.
No problem, Prism.
Some options in the midfield, forced to just punt it across.
KC play with NA, yeah. We'll see them soon.
Needs a little bit of help from his teammates. Nolly forced to pump it as well.
I won't be doing an NA or EU watch party. I only do watch parties for NA and like majors / worlds.
Gonna give Nolly a nice clean line at it. Torment, you gotta make sure you put this one in the right spot. Have to hit the double tap just to buy a little extra time, and it will be effective as Beast Mode continuing to press around the corner, looking for a little bit of help. Torment, little stutter step in it. Not quite able to get through Nolly. Calm actually gonna let that one roll for a second. Maybe give Beast Mode a cleaner line at it. Unfortunately, Nolly adjusting well. As Gen G finally getting their feet set on them here in the midfield. They win a couple of challenges. They may be able to string something together, but that demo can kill all of that. Beast Mode has to buy a lot of time here.
It's a really slow start.
Trap is the right move.
I want to see a triple flipper set. That's a big bump.
Big tap on the wall.
Oh, 1v2. Good save.
Not going to give him an opportunity. Beast Mode performing very well in the past couple of days in their qualifying matches as well yesterday. And Gen G finally really starting to get some offense going as Beast Mode making another save here. So,
yeah, my apologies on that, Achieves. You know, wouldn't be start of the season without having some tech issues, but hopefully I'm back loud, crisp, and clear, and I've been keeping
Imagine
an eye
you
on
score
this
that.
game, and it's been very impressive at how both teams just continue to go.
Damn, bro, you ain't you're not the Furia fan.
I'm really
That's what I'm
impressed with
getting
the
now.
play that we're seeing from Chronic. He's coming into this and showing no fear in his eyes, especially going up against the likes of version 1.
a lot of physicality
You the Furia
from
hater.
version 1 as well, forcing a lot of adjustment from Gen G. As Beast Mode trying to trap this one in the corner, he's going to lose out against 2 people. Apparently, Jack now solo.
Was that 2 a.m.? It don't matter.
Find a piece of calm on the backboard.
Nah, there's a fraud in the chat. There's a fraud in the chat.
Wisely into his own back corner, taking it away from Gen G.
Look at that double.
No one able to crack the
Tactical
net.
miss.
Shots actually coming at a decent
Oh,
rate
there it
away.
is.
And
Oh.
that's a beautiful pass indeed, but probably the one you
Not a
wanted to
good
score if
finish.
you wanted to win in regulation.
Not
Too
even.
many opportunities
I don't
actually
know.
net here.
Yeah, and I don't feel like it was one too many touches. It was just a great all-involved passing play there, but just a little off the mark. Couldn't quite tuck it inside the bars. Chronic big.
Bro, Beast Mode got the atomic camera, bro. It looks so dumb.
Nolly, just keeping it alive and awkward on that back wall, but here comes Calm, able to regain control, able to gain control of this.
I hate that camera. Whatever they're using, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Oh, double commit. And it. Ooh. Okay. That was scary.
They get one more look at it in the end of regulation. Nolly in the 1-on-3.
That was a fake, not a double.
Just getting in his face, making it as difficult as possible. Chronic knew he had to try and cover up.
Yeah, it's just from like that far back, like you don't know. I don't know. It's like hard to tell like who's hitting it.
Found himself in a position to put shots away. He doesn't miss too often. Delivers a big one there for version 1, and unfortunately, no overtime possible for Gen G. They're gonna take it away with 5 seconds left. Beast Mode, Torment, and Calm.
And now we wordle in between
throughout
games.
most of game 1, really forcing Gen G to come and take the ball away from him.
Yeah, and I really love that fake that we saw there. Great communication from version 1, and that's what you're going to see against one of these, or that's what you're going to see. Still figuring everything out. Obviously, Nolly and apparently Jack, tons of experience on their side, but version 1, experience as a team is what matters here, and just kind of knowing where each other are always going to be.
Ratio, Your Honor.
Chat in moments like that, but version 1, success in the final 5 seconds, and they get game number 1.
Yeah, great showing. Aquadome looming, and if you're looking over on Gen G's side in terms of the adjustments, it's really quite simple. I mean, you know that version 1 was very focused on ball control.
The word is
there,
not
so
ratio.
you have a couple of different ways to go about that. You choose to be real aggressive, try and control a lot more boost, maybe give up some stronger in terms of shot power or hit power in terms of the booming clears, and you maybe have to play a couple of balls over your shoulder, but you gain a little more map pressure. Or, of course, you try and pull the old South American approach and just dive at everything as fast as you possibly can. And
Imagine how many tabs I have open for Twitch. Why you got so many, bro?
Tricks you can pull out of your sleeve, but Right now, Gen G, they just need to focus on getting a goal. Game number 1, only 3 shots on target, and
Oh, you're watching it. Okay.
when you've got a defender like Torment,
Yeah, I don't really care. For personally, I don't care about any other regions. Like, if teams are like make it, I'll hear about it, or I'll find them at the majors.
As apparently Jack looks for the pinch.
But I don't even like watch like EU or anything.
It's the dunk. Com can't quite get the touch, but pressure gonna remain in favor of version 1 here.
Oh, really
Oh,
nice
Com
job
getting
from
skirted,
Stole
bro.
the boost in the corner, boxed out apparently Jack from getting a clear up onto the blue side, and it's netted V1 an extra opportunity, and they're cannibalizing all those corner boosts right now. Really struggling to get the ball actually into a scoreable position. So
Yeah, I don't know. Like even like qualifiers like day 2 and 3, like I feel like I don't really even care about those that much either.
shoot one as beast mode.
Like I watch it, but like I don't like I'll have it open, but I don't really watch it.
And that means another few opportunities for V1 here.
Version 1, their offense just circling like sharks. It's almost impossible right now for Gen G.
Dude, all right. So when you just look at you just pointing the finger now, dog. Oh, it's open. Oh, but beast mode's getting nailed by Nolly. Unlucky. Oh, what happened to Nolly there? Yeah, I can't tell if he just flipped for the boost or just missed. I could. Oh, I think it was just depth reception. Yeah, I like watching qualos like if I have friends in it more than anything. Like, bro, like I'm not even like friends with Voltero like that. Like I've never spoken to him, but I like watching his streams and stuff and whatever. But like, bro, I was really invested when Voltero was in day 2. Like I was watching those games more than I watched any other games in quals. Because like I care more about like friends, I guess, than I do about just it in general.
Might have pushed it just enough off target as Com pushing downfield has beast mode to work with, and beast mode goes for demo,
Didn't BU Seam play Voltero's team, or am I wrong?
Forward and look for contact. I think maybe that might have been a goal for
I could be misinformed.
Nice job reading the challenges, positioning well. They're definitely focused on not losing one on the version 1 side rather than trying.
Maybe I don't remember. I don't remember either.
You don't want to maybe undershoot a ball or just get absolutely crushed on a challenge. Beast mode, poke one out to the corner.
Oh, nice product.
Gen G a chance.
Oh.
Off the bar. Chronic, can you put it away? Torment's already recovered on the backboard. I don't know if Chronic actually had a way to shoot that ball.
Yeah, I don't think they made day 2 either.
That one's gonna sting a little bit, but still a lot of time here in game 2, and finally a chance to really press this version 1 defense.
Yeah, and right now they're getting very aggressive. All 3 members.
I don't know. All I'm saying is, if I was playing, like I'd be in the main stage right now. I'd be here. This is where I'd be at. You'd see me on the screen if I was playing.
All knotted up. You've got to be impressed with Gen G, how they're coming out.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm just joshing. You wouldn't see me here because like I'm more of a Torment wasn't ready for that. I'm more of a LAN player myself. You know what I mean? Like if there's not a crowd of at least 15,000, like I ain't score. Oh, that was a good try. I ain't scoring.
Version 1. Nolly trying to steal away some boost. Apparently Jack off the back post, and Torment's going to recover as well off the backboard. Beast mode just
bro.
This one away. They need the space and the time. Gen G really starting to come online.
That's what I was
Bro, why are you gonna get 25 munchkins? Isn't that like Dunkin' Donuts? You gonna get that all for yourself? Or are you gonna eat it all at once? So
him to kind of bite on it, and already Gen G doubled the amount of shots here in game number 2 is beast mode forced to go up, push it into his own corner, and final 50 seconds here as Chronic trying to keep the pressure up for Gen G, but great stop there from Com.
That's you see Brandon's smart. He keeps food in his fridge. Prism isn't about that. Oh, that's some of V1 shooting's been a little off, just a wee bit off. I mean, couple shots that should have been in weren't in. Nice. It's a good pass. Beast mode's up. Double off the roof. Nope.
For real, I didn't think Nolly had any shot at getting a touch there. As Abjack another pass.
Damn, it's a good pass. Good placement.
Combo play to get the goal late in game number 2.
Dude, Abjack and Nolly, aren't they in the same room? Why does Abjack's room look like it's bright and Nolly's looks like he's never had sunlight in there ever?
Straight above his head into the top corner. No chance for Com. Beautiful finish.
What's that all about?
Press hard with 10 seconds now. force overtime. And
all I know is if I ordered food, like if I lived on my own and I ordered, oh, super awkward. Hold on, 0.
Unfortunately, I don't think version 1 quite has enough of the tank to get this counterattack done.
Some of V1's touches are just confusing, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, if I would order food and like save it in my fridge for sure. Like I would order multiple sandwiches, especially if there's like deals. Like if you order more, you get like you pay less. 100%.
But he comes into this one, gets the MVP here in game number 2. Tons of shots on target. And gets the saves as well, just marching up and down the field, north and south, east and west. And Gen G didn't outscore by a ton, obviously, but man, they held pressure in that final half and really boxed in version 1.
Yeah, really good.
Teams I'm rooting for this season: NRG, Optic, Furia, Rogue, G2. I'm pretty similar. I don't really care about Rogue. I know you're friends with Aqua. I don't really know anything about Aqua. I'm pretty neutral on Rogue. Like I don't really care. G2, don't really care too much about. But I'm more NRG, Furia, Optic, FaZe, and Ghost.
Low scoring series headed into game.
I think those are like my 5 like main ones. I don't know. There's a lot of them that I like though. Like I like Appjack and I like Nolly. So like if they're successful, I'm really happy for them. You know, I like version 1. So I don't know. But like I don't really like them like that much, you know. But I do like them. I don't know. It's like weird, but I really want to see Ghost do good just because of like the whole Lion Blaze thing.
Really shakes things up, but that's where you need to be successful if you want to be the best.
Yeah, I see. AJ was like one of my favorite players, so it's a shame, but I still like FaZe as like an org. So like I always want to see FaZe do good, and I really like First Killer too. So.
Version 1 coming in here, and let's see if they're going to try and figure out Gen G is Calm boxing him in. Great pass off that back wall. Mistake from Chronic. Didn't have the boost in Torment. Double tap. Can't find it, but Calm.
Wow.
How?
By Nolly. Great defense there from Gen G.
Liked the idea. Beast Mode trying to lay it into the net as well.
Yeah, I was so hyped to see Luminosity like out.
Good ideas to go towards the backboard, and unfortunately for them, the follow-up is not coming to fruition. Beast Mode tries to softly to throw him out.
I feel like V1's not looking that hot. I can't lie. Can't lie, they're not looking that great.
Racking up 4 saves in about 15 seconds.
I mean, the first minute.
They've had a lot of opportunities that are off. Yeah, I feel like Gen G could definitely take this. Unless I don't know. There's a lot of time though. Like V1 could regain.
So he gets stuck on the backboard. Tries his best to reposition, but he can't really dismount cleanly without allowing a shot. So he's hoping to play it from the wall, and unfortunately for him, Chronic figured out where the hole was, went straight for it. And Gen G survive an onslaught, and they only need 1 towards the other net to score.
I mean, great counterattack. That's what you want to see. As Appjack gets that one, Torment turns it away. And version 1, they've got the shots on.
Yeah, I don't really care about Shopify at all. I don't really know anything about him.
On a lot of those saves from Gen G. Just seemed like shot after shot, there was always someone there.
And I don't really care about complexity that much.
It might not have been on purpose, as Beast Mode has an open net, but Nolly, good recognition to get up and get a touch on that ball.
35 not even NA? Yeah. I mean, bro, like, I think when it comes to, like, regionals, like, I got my favorites. But when it comes to, like, majors and anything with multiple regions in it, I think, like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, as long as you're representing NA, like, I want to see you guys do good, you know what I mean? So, like, you could be the team I hate in a regional. Doesn't matter as soon as it becomes a major, you feel me?
Started is not a particularly consistent outplay at the
yeah, the rivalry is nice. I agree.
More like a defensive blowout.
Like I like the conversation for like the who's the better team, but I just I don't know. I like Fury a lot. So
controlling midfield and not allowing version 1 to go out and even get those little dime pads, because those shots are coming in. They're coming on target and forcing version 1 to respect those shots and stay up on that goal line as Chronic keeps this ball alive, and no one there for the follow-up in Torment. Just gonna launch down to beast mode, can't get the touch, and Chronic up to Nolly.
Man, dusted. V1 needs to work on getting some saves, you know what I'm saying?
Hoping he could kill the ball or maybe hit it off the corner, and Nolly great understanding and better pass.
Yeah, and I can't even look at beast mode IRL, bro. I hate his cam. Like that blur cam. Oh, I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate it. There's like 3 people in Rocket League that have it, and I hate it.
Now version 1 find themselves in a tough spot. 2 down, 2 minutes to go, and maybe a 3rd one. Beast Mode gonna keep that out of the net, but version 1, you need possession. Your backline just got demoed. Now Torment has to buy a ton of time.
New version of defense. True. True.
Gather up a few boost pads and just boot this ball all the way downfield, and Beast Mode, that touch got away from him, and Torment has to go up, has to push it back towards midfield, and I'm not sure if Chronic got bumped by Beast Mode there, but either way, Beast Mode was ready downfield, and great outlet pass from Torment.
Super well played by Chronic right there. Move your mouse. Wait, where is my mouse? It should disappear. I looked away. I was looking for my cursor, bro. I don't know what happened.
Oh, baby, flip reset into
Damn. I look away for 2 seconds, and that's what happens.
And Gen G feeling comfortable here in game number 3.
Yeah, my cursor should disappear like automatically. So my bad. My bad though.
Jack just managed the boost beautifully to stretch that one to number 3, and version 1 kind of scratching their heads. I mean, they were playing well yesterday. They're playing pretty well today.
Dude, I didn't see any V1 games yesterday, actually, now that I think about it. Or maybe I saw like 1 game, but I didn't see any series. Alright, well, Gen G is just pooping on him.
Let's hang out for a bit. I think this is done.
I already finished off game 3 on my notes, but whatever. But the read from Nolly. I mean, he was up
yeah,
a year
not
ago
looking too
to
good.
get that touch. Impressive mechanics from everyone.
You starting a new trend, Brandon? Is that what that is, huh?
Involved, and again, for me, it's got to be Chronic. I understand he's not up there in terms of
Oh my god.
quote unquote, because of the
Oh my,
score, but
that's not a
he's got
threat.
2 assists, 1 goal.
Damn, bro, what does E stand for?
Everywhere.
Fitting so well with this Gen G roster. Why not another one?
It's over. Chalk it
Well,
up,
it's not
boys.
often that you can actually squeeze one by Torment when he's
Excellent. Okay, okay. You know what's funny though? That actually, like, low key, that works. Because think about it. W means like win, right?
Save it if you can.
Like that's a W. You won.
Back close, but not right in front of
But like nobody says like when someone wins a game, they don't say win. They don't say you won. You know, they say W, and it makes sense, right?
I almost thought we were doing best of 5s again.
EW. Yeah.
When you go back
What about like WWE? Win-win excellent. Yeah, we could start saying that. You know what I mean?
Those weeks or whatever, and we had 1 game where it didn't matter if that game 5. What am I trying
Wonderful
to say?
win excellent WWE. There you go. We starting trends out here, dog. We kind of sound nice with it. Yeah, I really like how that rolls off the tongue, bro. Yeah, WWE 2K22 for the season. Okay.
If they won game 5, they would end up winning in either 6 or 7.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, version 1.
All right. Let's think of a word, chat. Let's think of a word.
Timeout because this one was the absolute smackdown. And I think it's good to figure out. You gotta change something because Nolly.
It's not ratio. Stop
they just
talking.
Ran everywhere they wanted, got all the boosts, got the shots on target, and they're like, okay, let's take a moment here.
And you don't see him on screen, but I guarantee you, Fireburner, well involved in this conversation also to try and figure out what is going wrong against Gen G because game number 1, you did a great job at controlling the entire pitch. It was more of a midfield battle, but it seemed time and time again that version 1 was coming out of those 50-50s with success. And games 2 and 3 just has not been the same story.
I wonder if it's gonna be like
Gen G has forced version 1
a double D or double T or something.
Or 2 bunched up. They haven't found that Goldilocks zone of where to be positionally as a team, and Gen G just continues to slice them and dice them.
This is a word? No.
Definitely good placement in terms of where they need to put the ball on the offense. Give themselves options and more importantly, time to cycle back through and grab boost and be ready. That's the big thing as well. Apart from, obviously forcing version 1 to
how is it not doubt?
But they're doing a great job controlling the pace of the play and not just allowing the clear to come over their shoulder while they're not ready for it. So
that's cringe.
Gen G, I mean, you can see how they made it through in, I believe it was 4 rounds, if my memory serves. Let's pull it up right quick.
Yes.
Yes, 4 rounds. Only 1 loss to FaZe Clan, but apart from that, they went 3 overs NRG, 3 overs Dig, 3-1 versus Team Axel.
What's up, Toe?
And, that's a lot of people in Europe are saying, yeah, we know we were better the whole time. Now we just have to take all your North American spots and show you why.
Oh, I mean, you know,
Young.
whatever makes it more interesing, right? Because
No,
I really
it
felt
can't
like
be
North America
young.
had more dangerous teams than Europe last season. I know, hot take, but whatever.
Bro.
Me on that one. I feel
This is hard in my head already.
The depth is just getting ridiculous at this point, especially with all of the transfers that we've had. We have Furia coming over. We have Apple.
I need another info.
Maybe I'm hungry. I don't know. Apparently Jack and Nolly. But it's just so exciting in North America. Right
No
now.
bueno, no
And
bueno.
Obviously Europe, dominant region right now. They are on top. They just won the world championship. But for me, I think it's just going to be so exciting this entire season watching North America.
Well, first minute.
How's NRG doing? Yeah, they're doing great. They're doing great. They're playing
Small adjustment.
today, later today. Yeah, they're doing good things. They're in the already grand finals.
I think Con just got that boost stolen. No, he picked it up.
Great read.
Apparently Jack pressing and Torment, great timing. Nolly looking for apparently Jack, and this is what we were talking about.
Energy.
The last game. Jack would have been ready for that, but this time it's a mistimed pass.
Okay.
Con was able to jump all over it with Appjack.
The heck was
space
that?
Right here as he goes and needs boost and tries to circle back around, and Calm dots it in with a big pinch off the wall.
Well, see, that doesn't mean anything to me because I never watched old Cloud9, but
Puts it on target, and
I guess for the OGs it'd be cool.
on the side of Gen G, opportunity for Torment.
Yeah, Energy didn't even make top 8.
Saw that pass over to Appjack from Nolly, and Appjack, he had no boost, and he just decided, I'll just bail out instead, and it put him in no man's land, and nobody home, and that's why that.
What do you mean that's crazy?
Able to find its way all the way downfield.
Beast Mode missing the bump opportunity on Nolly right there, but more importantly, making sure he secures his own corner boost on the way back. Not about to allow Gen G, and you get Chronic. He's not trying to do anything right now except buy time.
Exactly.
He needs to allow Nolly to go all the way back and get the boost.
Oh, Appjack, no one there.
Oh my.
And that shot a little too high off of the crossbar, and Gen G finding the shots, but version 1 doing a great job of defending the net. Is Calm forced into a snap save there. That was a tough shot to defend.
Apparently Jack going to kind of manipulate Torment into placing the ball towards the side where Chronic was waiting for it. Version 1 actually have a small opening here finally.
For a second, I thought that was a backwards pass, and I'm like, bro, why are you doing that?
As well to prevent Gen G from getting an abundance of it.
Dude, every time I look away, there's a goal. What's going on?
Too far forward and can't cover the far post.
Well, just not a great touch here from Calm. Just centers that ball perfectly, and the only one that can get it is Appjack. And Torment left on an island.
No,
there.
the
Not much you
D-Score,
can do to defend
the
that.
esports
And Gen G
decals drop on
version 1.
the 16th, I think,
Can definitely understand
or the
thought process
13th or
of
something.
watching
They drop on the 11th. 11th. It's the
pass
11th, I
definitely
think.
intended to go to Torment.
It's like next week.
It was unfortunately just a little
Yeah,
too far
11.
away, and so he, rather than sit there and let some of the best players in the world take a free shot
Yeah.
anywhere in his net. Thinking we'll try and go get that one out of the way.
my.
Apparently Jack is able to beat Beast Mode
Bye-bye.
to the backboard. Beast Mode knew he had to go up there and get it.
Dude,
off the
V1
ground,
is
so
not
he
looking
was
good,
spot
man.
on.
I can't lie.
At least, but either way, great control and great concentration to rattle that.
1800 what?
Appjack, he is feeling
Credits?
good in this series. He loves this North American ping.
Yeah, I feel like Calm's not playing that
That
great.
is the important thing if you're version 1. You can't get.
I wish I would have said that and he just slotted it.
Scored on you in quick succession, but you got to keep the overall score line in mind.
22k credits? Damn, bro. Yo, Codex Strong is an item shot. You know what I'm saying?
It's more about how the rest of the game plays itself out. It's that perspective and the mental toughness, the chain dash from beast modes. And unfortunately, Chronic deep back preventing that score. Good idea, though.
Dude, I hate like having to itch my eye with glasses, man.
From Beast Mode and Nolly as Torment flip reset over 1 Beast Mode and can't quite get the touch to go in. But great delay.
No.
To keep the pressure on.
Yeah, sorry that the code is backwards. If you ever don't remember it and you want to, you could always come to the chat and do exclamation mark chongas or exclamation mark code. I looked away again because I thought it wasn't going in.
Abjack is playing like a madman right now.
Unfortunate for Torment here. I mean, apparently Jack, just a decent enough challenge. He's saying, don't let him
Wait,
to the corner.
I'm waiting.
Whatever else happens after that,
Chronic, bro, Toe, are you living under a rock? What's going on there, buddy?
He just lifts the nose back. Says, come take it if you can. Unfortunately, no clear for version 1, and now they have to score 2 with a minute 44. Nolly, no
Triple
test for him. Easy plays. Did that one a dozen times.
I don't know if it's Chronic RL. I don't know if that's his like username or not.
I'm going to size up the defense here. Apparently Jack going to prevent the flip reset heading towards the backboard as version 1 definitely going to start trying to ramp things up. Beast Mode to Torment going to have to go deep across the pitch to find a teammate. Calm is already cut off by apparently Jack, but can he get the pass back to the midfield? Gets it a little too soft, too close to the defense. Torment playing tight in the midfield, hoping to keep the pressure up. Fortunately, the ball squeezes around him.
Demo on the back half. That actually favors Chronic. Puts him right back on the defensive half, and he get that clear way downfield. I mean, just great heads-up play, recognizing, okay, I got...
Oh, close.
Couldn't quite get that one outside. If he goes far post on that, which is tough to do, might have find success. And great read there from Abjack to break up that.
What do you mean that's his preset?
Absolutely. Didn't lose track of where the version 1 players were in the midfield. Understood he wasn't going to make the challenge, so he kind of just puts himself in the passing lane, and V1 unable to make the adjustment. Chronic all over this one, covering up beautifully in the midfield.
Didn't use it on stream.
Apparently Jack wants another demo. Chronic can't sink it.
I see.
Either way, they still have the insurance lead in version 1. Gonna be kept out.
I mean, if you don't score here, it's game over as that ball goes all the way downfield. Torment.
All right, well, best of 7.
Plays that even slower, and
GG's.
and Nolly find success here.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie though. I keep looking at, Genji's cams, and Chronic is talking a lot, which is a really good sign for like a new person.
Really solid adjustments here in Genji. I think version 1 had a good idea. They're like, okay, let's go try and take away some more midfield boost. Let's prevent them from being in position so early. And Genji immediately adapted.
Chat, I need
play where
help.
Chronic is just dribbling the ball on the sidewall at the start of the game, sticks out to allow Nolly to go back and grab boost, and Genji come right back up the field, and then they're in your face again. That ability to change pace of play on a dime. And then when they actually start getting pressed by version 1 in the back half of this game 4, then they're able to
someone help me.
Passing lanes, take away a couple of really nice shots. And if the only way version 1's scoring is with the Cookseer pinch from the sidewall, you're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I agree, because that's such a low percentage shot, right? The times that works is...
Oh my god, I'm hard stuck.
Times that it does not work. And for version 1, timeout's already been taken, so it's time to figure out what is Genji doing to find success. And for me, Achieves, I don't know if you agree, I really feel like the difference here is speed. Right now, Genji is just so much faster than version 1. They're beating them to the ball, they're beating them to the positions, and they're beating them to the boost pads, which I feel like is the most important factor in this game.
Me out. Bro, Prism. I'm gonna, if you type ratio one more time, I'm timing you out.
Pretty big for whoever ends up being that. Speed.
You're getting timed out.
Being generally faster than version 1 or
I'm distressed over here, and you know what? You're making it worse. That's just in. Look at that. That was a sick shot. Let's go. Hype.
I think this was just a double commit. Yes, it was. There's Chronic and Nolly, and apparently Jack's like, guys, please.
This is where the reverse sweep starts.
From Torment there, and I'm sure his teammates were calling it out that it was wide open and free, and those are the hardest shots to hit in Rocket League, when that net is wide open and your teammates are screaming at you that it's a free goal. I mean, being able to sink that one from midfield, great shot there from Torment, and Genji put on their heels for now, but as we saw in game number 4, they can come back and score in bunches.
Is that the spark that gets version 1?
You pull females. Okay, I need you to tell me what is the evidence behind this claim.
And Nolly wisely getting all the way on top of that ball. Didn't want to allow the touch up towards.
Or is that supposed to be a question?
Teammates were going to be kind of grounded and having to play defense up. Instead, choosing to drive it down towards his teammates. Chronic looking for Nolly, and unfortunately unable to get around it and put it on target, but Gen G going to take a lot of map control here.
So it's a statement. Where's this evidence coming from? Oh, if he didn't get the demo bump, because like the demo bumped him out of the way. Might have been over, but I think Chronic would have been back in time. I mean, in my opinion. What? How are these goals going in?
My goodness, what a touch here. Oh, and Nolly went and got that ball.
That was sick. I keep every time I look away because I think it's safe. They score it every single time. That's why I thought it was Chronic. I thought it was Chronic's shot that went in, and I'm like, bro, how did that go in? Like that was so slow. Like. But then the Nolly redirect made perfect sense. Yeah, Nolly is really good. Nolly's underrated. I am a Nolly enjoyer too.
Not out of it yet. Pressing here in the midfield.
Yeah, Torment hunting for demos there, and for version 1.
That's crazy to think that Nolly got kicked off of his team, bro. How do you have an opinion on someone pulling girls if you don't know them, though?
So much success. Usually there's demos
right,
to back
Peach?
it up. And right now we've
I need you to elaborate, because you're confusing me. What's up, TNC? These tattoos are sick. I'm actually not a tattoo fan. Is that weird? What's up, Lay? Hey. Guys, Lay and TNT are here. I'm stuck on the Wordle, and we got the best Wordlers in the chat, so I'm gonna need your help when this is over. Oh my God, look at Calm bumping. Dude, Torment going for a double?
Nolly just kind of stared at him and said, "You're gonna have to do better than that if you want to score." Calm on his lonesome, denied by Nolly. Torment camped out on the backboard. Beast mode trying to figure out where he needs to be. Version 1. Really not in bad spots, but they're definitely going to struggle clearing the ball effectively here, and that's what you were talking about, Subi. They kind of get them all to bunch up there on that left side, and they find
dude, double post.
Oh, one of my favorite things in Rocket League is beautiful passing plays, and that was one that developed there. Another one almost, but version 1 doing a great job at defending their own net, but again, starting to have a little bit of boost issues. Only Torment has some in the tank right now. Beast mode. Just trying to keep this thing out. Abject. Oh my gosh,
dude, Gen G is looking good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's they're looking good or V1's looking bad, but.
Snap touch that. Impressive young man.
Oh, and he got bumped. I was wondering why Torment couldn't go and get that. Someone from Gen G came over his shoulder.
Yeah. I feel like I don't care if other people get them too, but I feel like I don't look at people's tattoos and be like, yo, those are cool or sick. You know, I feel like they're just there for me. Oh, nice try.
I promise I tried to jump, and
but I think that's because of my lack of interest in them, right? Since I'm not interested, like I don't look at a tattoo and be like, wow. Nice shot. That was a good turn. Perfect. Dude, TNT just don't know wall in your shit, Brandon. You know what? Personally, I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't take that. No. TNT got this thing since he made CRL. It's his ego, massive. It's huge, right? And I don't know. He has like this new like rule. He was telling me about it, where when people talk to him, he has like a minimum of 30-second delay response because, like, you know, he made CRL now, right? So like, I don't know. I guess you're not to blame here, Brandon. You just didn't know that TNT is just someone new nowadays.
Talking about the change of pace. Chronic says, yeah, you're rushing. All right, I'll just follow you back to the corner. Take the ball back to our half where we can approach now on offense.
And as the last 60 minutes.
Bro, I hope TNT wins Worlds in CRL so I could just say this guy's ego is massive. And it just got worse every game he won.
We've seen so many times from him. He can just do some absolutely insane and impressive things. As Chronic gets the double to go in.
GG's, it's over. Chalked.
Gen G up 1 late on match point.
Oh, unfortunate bounce. Like Beast Mode went for that challenge.
Dude, Gen G looks so good though.
He wasn't positioned particularly poorly, but he lost the race. And unfortunately that ball ricocheted off his nose and it came hard off the backboard. And Chronic just kept the pace of that.
It's still winnable, but Genji 100% looked like the better team in here.
Again, the late go-ahead goal for Gen G. Version 1 trying his best to keep everything together.
Nice try.
He's going to bail him out, keep him within one. Com's going to get punted away from the ball. And version 1 in shambles as they have only 10 seconds to get it together.
They're in a rule number 1, Nolly and beast mode.
Get in a headlock in the corner when you need to score. And if they are down a man,
And they broke it. Cringe.
Going to be looking at that with question marks.
Oh my god. Do it. Oh, it's off the wall. Bump. Oh.
Trying to size it up, and Nolly will just take it away himself. If you're not going to hit it, we will. And Gen G close it out.
Then when the food and give back in Genji is winning. They won.
Putting on an absolute clinic here in this series. Game 1.
All right, help me with the words, guys. Help me with the words.
Nerves, I don't know what, but look at him. He's repping his team. Gen G Mobile 1 putting themselves into the semifinals in the
I'm stuck.
regional. I mean, I was excited when this roster got announced, and I thought, okay, it might take them a regional.
See, I was so proud when I found this. It's not it.
The first weekend, putting themselves into Championship Sunday.
Vogue's not good info though. 1, you get V. We already know O doesn't go there. We get G. So that's only 2, well 3, I guess, because you found out U's there. It's not horrible.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
It's not horrible, but it's not great. If we could get 4 letters of info, it would be really good.
Had some expectations coming in here, but took them all 5 rounds to qualify yesterday.
Yeah.
Now they get bounced out in the quarterfinals here on Saturday. Gen G gonna make the semifinals. We'll see them
You say it,
tomorrow,
Prism.
but we come back. We'll continue with day 2 of the RLCS Fall Open for the 22-23 season.
I'm hovering.
PlayStation Gaming and Optic Gaming. Stay with
Bro,
us.
Prism's been saying ratio every answer. He hasn't said a single other one. I said if he says it, I'm banning him. Okay, I'm still heart stuck. What is this info? 1, 2, 3, no. 4, see? It's good info. Okay. So it starts with a U. And it's over. That was great info. Dude, I'm so excited for the new decals, man. Whew. I wanna see. I like what Brandon said too, but I want to see him in game though, because that's gonna matter the most. I think the V1 decal looked good too. Why am I stuck on this? I think this song's okay, but I'm vibing though. Can't be sleep now. Uber. Dude, I don't know. This is the series of the day though, I feel like. Is this a word? Bunge? It couldn't be that anyways, because of you. Yeah, tomorrow semis and finals, yeah. Today is just top 8 to top 4. It probably ends in BE, right? Maybe starts with a U. It could be QU. No, it can't. Unpb. How do you know they use 2 different blues? Are you just looking at the video that they released? See, I didn't look at the video that hard. I mean, I paused it, but like I didn't like examine it, you know? Like I partially did. Chat, give me hint. No.
The first quarterfinal is a 4-1 for Gen G over version 1. Not what the devs predicted, not what the fans predicted either. It was just over favor for version 1. I think 53% in that fan vote. So everyone's wrong except for Gibbs.
Of course.
It just feels good to be back. It's RLCS. I love
all of this.
That we're on a North American show, and our day one, we saw a South American team win the first match, and now we see a 2/3 European team win this match. But apparently, Jack,
Menu B. Is that even a word?
This has been the #1 player throughout all of Swiss, and now he shows up, putting up 1.2.
I've never seen Gibbs shirtless.
43% and highlight reel goals as well. He really looked good.
And Gibbs, I mean, it honestly, like, I love seeing apparently Jack do this, but it was at the expense of NRG. Even when apparently Jack was going up against NRG in the Swiss stage, he had 2 incredibly placed overtime goal shots. And apparently Jack, he's just been scoring left and right, and his placement has been better than any player that I've seen so far this season.
Yeah, and it's easy to say apparently Jack this, apparently Jack that, but how about Nolly as well? 4 goals, 4 assists. All he's ever been on just about any team he's been on lately is consistently good and solid, and that's all they needed him to be with apparently Jack playing the way he was. Just a great team effort out of Gen G today.
But also, I feel like the biggest story point is that Chronic proved his quality. This was a big test for him, and he scored that go-ahead goal in Game 7. Chronic was a player that everyone said, oh no, he doesn't have the experience. This Gen G team, I don't think they're going to be able to make it. They just plucked Chronic out of obscurity, and look at the impact that Chronic made in that series. Gen G is a legit competitor, and I think this really rocks up all of North America.
A lot of talk there about Gen G, Gibbs. Any notes about version 1 and your take on them in this first series that we got to see?
So I'd be concerned a little bit because World Championship, there was times when version 1 was very passive and not doing a lot on the other side of the field. Beast mode, 0 goals, 0 assists throughout that series. They rely on beast mode to carry them in a lot of their matches. If he's quiet, V1's going to be in trouble a lot throughout this year. But I expect V1 to bounce back. They're a top 8 team. They are very likely will be fighting to the very last regional for a top.
Dude, I need help.
But this
is hard.
Wanted to begin their season.
Definitely not.
We need info, Shad. What is a good info?
We say goodbye to them here in our single elimination bracket. Gen G, you'll see them tomorrow in the top.
Bro, I have gray hair on my head.
Our bracket currently, we have, of course,
I'm 23.
Just mentioned, sitting in our first semifinal game. Up next, it's going to be Space Station Gaming and Optic Gaming. This one is going to be a lot of fun. The storylines are all over the place. Gibbs, I want to.
Yeah, you shouldn't say like where you go to school in a Twitch chat.
So we all know we have Rlcs versus his former team. Roster drama began.
There's some weird people on the internet.
After BBS were crowned
No. I don't care if you care, because that's not what I'm saying. You shouldn't just do that. You never know who's listening. You never know who's watching.
Everyone has been waiting for this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of things have happened over the offseason. Let's see what Arsenal had to say about the Space Station offseason.
23 is so old, true. Bench is 3.
That land was pretty overrated. We got like a couple of high placings, but
doing it.
We didn't really beat a top team to get there. We just beat like who we needed to beat. So I guess that's good, but
BE. And there's still a U and B.
Do a lot more and
BU.
Pressure to even have a chance at winning.
No, it's B-E-U-N.
We brought LJ on because not only is he, I think he's been one of the most underrated players in the scene. He wasn't really on like a top team.
No, I didn't mean that. There's 2 B's. I didn't mean that.
So they knew how good he was.
That's not what I meant.
Oh my goodness. But there's LJ on the other side of the pitch.
LJ is a player. I see him similar to Dan in the sense that like they have a more defensive mind, but they can still take them on offense and just.
Holy shit, we're fucking dumb.
Anytime. So he's just solid in every.
Holy
shit.
LJ freestyling in front of the.
That was bad.
He was not gonna be stopped.
I do think we have a really good
chance
of placing well this season. I think we're going to be able to perform as well as we do in scrims, so that's a plus. And yeah, I think we'll win.
Daniel, you have to keep an eye on the oncoming shark. Daniel doubles Space Station's lead.
The vibe of the team is kind of just like we're just going to play the game, and then whatever happens. We're able to like laugh stuff off, like, but we're also able to take it serious. We have like a really good medium. Like, we don't take it too serious to where we're all nervous and like jittery. But we're also not like too goofy to where we're trolling. It was just like a perfect in between.
Arsenal the back wall. Bang, and just like that, SSG.
It's so funny they zoomed in on the chair and he's not even there.
Space Station currently undefeated there. You can see Arsenal talking about maybe feeling overrated last season. I'm sure looking to be rated properly here in this season coming in to our newest one.
Bro, somebody, I'm actually getting like hard.
Well, let's throw that up on the screen before we get talent predictions. You can vote in chat right now, hashtag SSG or hashtag OG for Optic and Space Station Gaming. My friends here, let's get down to the nitty gritty here with talent predictions.
F-Jord is not a word. What do you mean?
Oh, I just think this is such a juicy.
That's a word?
Because Optic, they went through it to even get here. If you
what?
Stage, they had to reverse sweep complexity. In game 4 overtime.
What is this word? That's the worst word I've ever seen. Ever.
I think it's personal as well.
What does that mean? Fjord?
That Rlcs has had with some people.
What?
I think that's add some extra fuel to the tank. So I'm actually going with Optic over Space Station. I think that extra little bit of,
Jesus.
Of feud in between them is going to fuel Optic to the win.
Well, going back to the invitational qualifier.
Bro, wish we uneducated. I don't know one word, man. I don't know one word, man.
Former team, I think he's got to take kind of a backseat and let Magic Bear carry. I don't think that's going to happen necessarily, though. I think SSG takes it again.
Yeah, I'm going Space Station. They played 20 games so far. They've lost 2, and when they played Riddle's team,
Lot of info.
Sweep, so have to go Space Station here.
Listen, I had Optic sitting at top 4 in our little whiteboard prediction things. I gotta go Optic here and be consistent. I don't know. They're going to be a top 4 team in the end. It's definitely a tough matchup here against Space Station Gaming. Put me down as Optic. A split desk here. Let's see what the chat has to say in the Verizon.
I don't know.
Vote. You guys went 60% in favor of Optic Gaming. Wow, a lot of confidence, even with the way Space Station has been playing. The green wall is here to vote, and obviously, okay, now you guys are going back. I don't know what you guys are doing, but Optic clearly well ahead of everyone else here against Space Station Gaming. So let's jump right into it.
Can't start with an L.
Matchup here. We're gonna head to the Verizon Skybox. It's the green wall taking on Space Station Gaming. Boy, are they gonna be talking about this series later on. Let's jump right into it.
A lot on the line for Reynolds here to prove that it was the wrong
I'm doing it for info.
Say goodbye. And Optic Gaming want.
So it's ET.
Oh,
ends in ET. Ends in LET. Ends in LET, and there's an I, first letter or second letter. Anyways, game time, game time, game time.
If you like storylines, then buckle in, because this series is gonna be juicy.
All right, I'm rooting for Optic here. I want Optic to win. If SSG wins, I'm not too disappointed.
Maybe a lot of questions if it was the right move, but certainly been playing well so far. And currently, Space Station, one's moving the ball through the midfield line. Magic Bear, I got to see him play yesterday.
Magic Bear and the Fennec.
Everyone knows who Magic Bear is. He's been a guy who's been playing some pretty high-level games for a very long time, but
old rival series boy.
Yes, he's been around the block, so to speak, and this is definitely his first team where he can consistently, very likely qualify for.
I believe in the Optic boys. I believe.
Getting through closed qualifiers and performed quite well yesterday. Brilliant positioning, and AJ and Rlcs really controlling a lot of the ball in some of their series yesterday, and he was slotting around wherever he needed to be.
Yeah, and I really feel like Optic Gaming got lucky yesterday against Complexity.
Yeah, I do agree. I think SSG is probably the better team, but or right now. I can't believe that was out. But I want Optic to win.
And Optic Gaming holding strong. But back to the point I was making was they did get lucky there in that game 5. If you go back and watch, there were a few just errant misses from Complexity, but for Optic Gaming here, it's now time to lock in. You've got to play mistake-free, especially against a team like Space Station, who's so aggressive, and they're just going to punish every little mistake that you put forth on the field.
They're more than happy to get in your face. Daniel doing a nice job to try and break through a couple people, but Magic Bear, patient, in midfield line, buying time for AJ and Rlcs to reset themselves here.
Nice.
On Arsenal, Rlcs one-on-one, where's Daniel? And that one's
God damn it, Daniel.
Into the top corner, AJ trying to continue the attack. Daniel and Arsenal combined to get that ball punched all the way into the blue corner. A nice boost steal from Daniel, trying to limit the transition potential from Optic Gaming.
I mean, I definitely think Optic winning against Complexity was like super fortunate though. They probably shouldn't have won. So they really shouldn't even be here right now. But
Arsenal, that one's gonna ricochet around the top corner. Daniel just a slow floater into the midfield, maybe not the touchy one.
Nice, clean.
Open up the scoring.
Wait, who's this guy sitting behind him? Is that the coach, or is that just what?
Push through that ball, and LJ was looking for a little bicycle kick.
I like the Kanye West hat, AJ. Coach, I was gonna ask yesterday because I meant to ask, or maybe it was today. I meant to ask. I just forgot. But I wanted to ask who the Optic coach is, because I have no idea.
Almost a standstill. That floater from Daniel. Definitely a little suboptimal as Space Station.
I think I've seen that name on like Twitter, but I don't really know who he is.
Second try though, Magic Bear to cover up. can delay push. As Reynolds getting in Daniel's face.
He's literally backing it up, my boy, man.
Magic Bear to control it. Kind of getting 2 players way on Space Station, and that's really the big thing is just try and shunt.
He did, bro. He was taking some whiffs and not talking in game.
Space Station likes to play, and it's in your face.
Well,
LJ, that's quite clear.
Especially none other than Reynolds, right? I mean, he was pretty
E United, not EU, I know.
of this team, and he knows that, you know, hey, we were
Kind of
kinda
comical.
responsible for the demo meta when it was at its height, and nobody does it better than Space Station Gaming. And if there's anyone that's going to know how to counter it, it's going to be Reynolds as AJ pushes this ball back past midfield. LJ up high, using a lot of boost to get there, but well worth it as Magic Bear flies by the screen. And Space Station Gaming, man advantage. Magic Bear goes up, but denies. And again, Space Station Gaming having trouble getting past this midfield line.
Yeah, they're really trying to figure out if they can be as aggressive as they would like on some of these challenges. It kind of feels like they're waiting to see if their teammate wins one or not before they actually jump up for it. And to be fair, I don't fault that. I would do the exact same thing. And that's why they're not able to really string together more of these pushes with a little more pressure. Because they're waiting to confirm that the play they think is happening. Magic Bear.
I felt like this series was going to be like a really like high scoring series. But I don't know. Game 1 proved me otherwise.
Cut that one down, saw it coming.
30 seconds remaining
Nice.
in game number 1. Optic Gaming just looking to hold firm. And for you, Achieves, is this the time where you just turtle up, don't even worry about scoring a goal, or just keep the pedal to the metal?
I mean, if you're Optic, I think you try and keep up the pressure, because you never want to cede ground to a team like Space Station as the time comes down. You need to be able to force them to respect you. And Magic Bear doing just that with the air dribble towards the net. LJ soft tap. Here comes Reynolds to try and bury it. Daniel.
I want to do a viewership check.
Have to do it in the air. And Daniel again.
Is it game 1 though? Yeah.
Towards the side wall.
What the heck was that?
Great clear. It's an awkward bounce. Arsenal gets a little tip from LJ. Missed it.
Bro!
Space Station Gaming.
What just happened?
0-second sequence.
Oh, the young goat showing out and showing up here in game number 1. Tucks it in.
Bro.
Close post and
Bro.
in. Great vision from the young gun there, sending it into OT as it looked like Space Station was done and dusted.
We shouldn't be here.
Terrified of Arsenal.
Am I happy or sad? I don't know. Oh, Reynolds wasn't ready.
Close it down, but unfortunately was coming in a little too hot. Couldn't adjust his speed. So overtime here in game 1, starting off well for Optic, but can they score?
What a save, and it's in their net.
Arsenal's on transition. Space Station.
For a second, I thought he missed. Oh, that's crazy though. They stole that game. Wow.
I can't believe it either. But when I saw that ball get punted all the way downfield, it's one of those things where it's like, uh-oh, we're in danger. And you saw everyone just fly at the ball, throw themselves, and threw caution to the wind at the same time. And Space Station Gaming, I mean, come out on top, but
Chat, what word? What word is
they
this?
Stole game number 1.
Someone tell me now. Someone tell me now, or else I'm banning someone in the chat. At random. I'm banning someone every minute that goes by.
But here it is, Arsenal.
LE, yeah. No, I know, but it ends in LET.
Where he was gonna place it, they were all so ready to dive, and LJ is like, "Great misdirection. We'll just poke it under him." What a play from Space Station. That's
well, and didn't this happen a bunch yesterday where Optic Gaming had the lead, and I think it was against FaZe Clan, where it's like they continued to have the lead, and then at halftime or 2.5 minutes to go, they just continued to just throw the lead. So it's
okay, I'll try that.
Keep your eye on, right? That
in a second.
Gaming, can they maintain a lead? Can they hold on to it? Obviously, they're going to win games, but is this going to be something that they continue to battle with?
They were close games yesterday. It was a 3-0 in favor of FaZe, but they were pretty much all 1-goal games with the exception of game 1, 2 overtime. So Optic
but didn't Optic score first in games 2 and 3 and maintain a low? LJ just shutting us up, saying stop talking about Optic. Let's talk about us and show mechanics. Oh boy, beautiful double.
Talking about getting on top.
That was clean.
necessary too. Only way that was going in towards the bottom.
Oh wait, I'm gonna feel
Jay,
bad,
2 big goals now.
Brandon, because like I put you in a bad
Starting
spot,
off
bro.
strong for Space Station. They're saying, yeah, we may have stole game 1, but we're gonna make sure that we earn game 2. And Optic gonna have to press the reset button. Magic Bear unable to go for the demo on LJ, but that ball is very floaty in this corner, and Arsenal gonna get it well under his control. AJ stolen away on the sidewall, and LJ to support, and a lot of map pressure here for Space Station. They control a lot of the midfield boost pads at the moment, but they give a lot of ground, and LJ kind of gets it a little weak. This is very awkward. Nice little adjustment to throw off the approach from Magic Bear. Space Station may actually have something here, as it's going to come straight down, and Rlcs,
Great pass.
nice read off the wall.
Beautiful pass and great disrupt there from Arsenal, as well as AJ deletes Arsenal from the field, but Rlcs push up a little too far forward as AJ beats LJ, looking for a double tap, finds it, but
Arsenal coming out of nowhere.
Space Station, and it continues as Daniel holds down the back line, but they're not out of the woods just yet.
Low boost here for Space Station. Strong pass, too strong in fact for Magic Bear, but he does steal away the corner boost and keep Space Station in the strap position. The only one with boost was Arsenal, is able to get up there and find a clear, buying a lot of time here. That's a great job from Space Station to cover up in a bad spot. Floater to the back post. Daniel sticks with it. Tries to get on top of the ball. Gets the flip reset so he can force the flip on the challenge. Oh, Daniel. I know you've gone through your rookie season and it was great, but I didn't know you could level up more.
AJ
Nice double.
Oh! Gets the double, but denied by the bar. He was showing LJ.
Clean. No.
Also, and Magic Bear with the feels backflip. The pressure continues, but Daniel, great collection of that ball, able to keep it on the goal line and keep it out of the reach of Optic Gaming.
Optic should have scored there. All good though.
Giving him a little breathing room, giving him a little space, and starting the offense for Space Station Gaming.
Optic questioning everything they think they know about how to score. Magic Bear just trying to dunk Daniel, saying, forget it. Just going to come at you as hard as we can. Clearly the air dribbles are not getting through somewhere for some reason. Daniel saying, watch this. This is how you're supposed to do it. Passes to LJ. That one's way too high, though. Rlcs will take it away from Arsenal.
Dude, imagine getting signed to an org and your contract doesn't come with alpha boost. That's kind of cringe.
Buy some time here. LJ wants it himself. He will go to the floor. Magic Bear in a very awkward spot. Can only hit it weakly and just going to miss the pinch with Rlcs. Optic going to be on defense here for a moment.
Yeah, Magic Bear acquiring the assistance of Rlcs there, as that one was floating precariously in the box, as AJ not going to be able to find the touch there off that back wall, as Rlcs keeping things alive. Another demo from Arsenal.
I wonder if any of the pros that play now like got it from the actual alpha of the game.
For Space Station Gaming is Magic Bear pushing this one downfield, and Optic Gaming, 90 seconds remain here in game number 2. Wow.
That's crazy if it actually gave him alpha boost.
Goal of this game.
LJ just sizing up the challenge, not wanting it to pinch off his car into the middle. Slow play from Arsenal, straight off the sidewall, and maybe a little bit short-sighted, is not really any options, but it will work out. Space Station have plenty of boost here. Now he's in control on the air dribble. Flip reset, looking for help. There's LJ. This is going to come straight down. It's a very awkward one to handle. LJ almost doesn't have to do anything else. AJ nearly scored it himself. Arsenal looking for a little bit of help here, and finally a nice strong clear for Optic Gaming to fully reset everything.
Just a missile into the back right corner of Space Station Gaming, but even with that, Space Station Gaming still maintaining control, still maintaining that offensive pressure, and AJ bombs this one downfield. 30 seconds remain here. Game number 2, Optic Gaming. Not a lot of
please, Optic, please steal it. Steal it like they stole from you. No, it's okay. SSG might have stole the game, but they're going to steal the series. Oh, imagine.
Rlcs had that one on target, and only one more opportunity remains for Optic Gaming.
10 seconds. LJ going to close it down in the midfield. He's going to have to make a second challenge here against Rlcs. That's going to slide through. Daniel's so aggressive. LJ doesn't even care about scoring. He wants to steal boost and prevent a strong counterattack, and it may just work. Arsenal, how do you get this one to the floor? AJ gonna ties up the dribble.
Nice. AJ scores.
Through one, LJ
close. It bounces into the corner. Into the corner.
Reynolds, there's Arsenal.
It's up.
Close it down and
No way.
less. AJ makes a big play. Reynolds
Fake?
misses the ball,
Oh.
and there is LJ. Will sit
That's
on
right.
the ball. Space Station win game 2. And talk about a disaster of a game for Optic. They had 8 shots on target, and I think 5
I'm
or
so
6 of them
smart, bro. I don't need anybody in
gorgeous
chat, bro. You guys are all
target.
dumb.
And Space Station,
You guys are all
6 saves,
dumb.
kept
All of
out
you.
some miracles.
Yeah, there were some great
God damn.
infield passes from Optic Gaming. Specifically that one with, I think it was, what, 15 seconds to go, and Reynolds got denied by Arsenal.
Brandon said
Take
it.
a look at Optic Gaming.
He indeed said it.
Here as they go down 0-2 in the series.
Brandon,
and
give me the word.
try and talk this one out, figure out what's going on as you see that their boot camp in this one. All 3 players in the
I'm
same
joking.
place, and
Chill,
I love when
bro.
teams get together to do that.
Please. Oh
But
my
right now,
god.
not working out
That's what you
well
sound
for
like.
Mitchie.
That's what
I
you
was
sound like.
correct. I knew I wasn't crazy. Yesterday when Optic Gaming played FaZe, they were the first to score in all 3 games and lost all 3 as
Way to go,
well.
Brandon.
And so far, when they score first, they're 6-5. So it's a 50-50.
Wow.
And when you're a team doing that, you gotta tighten things up. When you get that first goal, when you have a lead, you've got to be able to control it.
Well, definitely some growing pains, certainly for a new roster. You know, this timeout feels a little bit different to me. Obviously, yeah, you're going to sit there and talk about if you want to do anything different, but in the previous matchup, V1 was kind of getting blown out of the water, right? They're like, okay, we need to switch something up, right? Genji's got us figured out. But if you're Optic here, I don't feel like so much as you need to do anything different. I feel like they had great approaches on net. They just didn't drop in this game too. And this timeout feels more of a stall to be like, okay, let's not have Space Station just run away with this. Let's kind of kill the momentum a little bit and say, let's take a break, cool off a little bit, and go back into it. I don't think they want to change too much.
I agree with you. I feel like there's nothing going crazily wrong, especially like you said, for a new roster. But yeah, put Space Station on ice. Honestly, how are you going to cool off this team when they're getting those saves that they are? They're disrupting the offense of Optic Gaming. And right now, Space Station, I mean, that roster swap is looking like the right decision. They're looking like an unstoppable team right now.
LJ playing very well. I'm loving the pressure he's putting on the ball over on Space Station's side of
Regain Optic.
That being said, I mean, Optic definitely finding a couple of ways.
Yo, Tornsies, you're my newest YouTube video. I don't know if you saw it or not.
Space Station, the ones who get to say, haha, we knew we made the right choice. and it's
Arsenal
gonna
just,
continue
he's
to
just better.
Might be the worst possible start. Reynolds he gets caught going forward for some reason. I think he thought Magic Bear was going to maybe have a challenge and he was going to go.
It's better. I wish I had my face cam off because Arsenal was going crazy on the cams.
And Reynolds can't make the tough play over his shoulder.
Yeah, and that's one of those.
I'm in your YouTube, yeah. Only real Chonga fans watch the Chonga YouTube, but I get it. I understand, bro. It's all good, bro. It's all good, bro. I just put time and effort into it, and like it's just all good though.
But for the mentality of what that does, where it's Arsenal going up against Reynolds, he gets the double tap.
Oh my God,
If you're
Toe.
Reynolds, you've got to do everything.
That
to
was
erase
mean.
That out of your memory because Arsenal is feeling good after that one, and Reynolds caught out again, and Daniel
Damn.
punishes.
Yeah, Reynolds.
Damn. Regain Optic, regain.
Corner and the demo comes through, and so Reynolds is thinking, yeah, I can play close support here for Magic Bear because if it gets through, it's fine. AJ's back there, but he heard the demo, tried to recover, and unfortunately didn't even have the boost to make that happen. And that's the classic Space Station. You take away all the support systems with the demos and score an easy goal.
Ooh.
Yeah, try and put that second man alone on an island, and that's exactly what they did. And he didn't have a play at the ball, didn't have a play at the save. And here comes Arsenal looking for a double, and AJ gets it right underneath him and steals that boost away from Arsenal. Gonna slow down the approach here from Space Station is
It's not gonna be a reverse sweep though, because Optic wins this game.
any
So
sustained offense here in game number 3 is Arsenal boots this one away, and AJ pushes it towards middle. Daniel avoids the demo, and yet again, Space Station break free.
Ooh, okay. So big opportunity here. LJ is just trying to buy time, and that's a good steal from AJ. This is what you need if you're Optic Gaming. You worked a possession away, you stolen a boost, you need to win some challenges and force the offense to come to you. See what Magic Bear can do with
Nah,
that.
to be honest
And
though,
that is
like,
a boom of a
if
clear
Optic
from
loses this
Arsenal.
game, I don't
Great
believe in the
challenge.
sweep, the reverse sweep. I don't believe in it. Oh, clean. If he had any more boosts, if he had any more boosts.
I'm very curious to know, Achieves, throughout 2.5 games, how many demos Space Station Gaming has, and how many.
Come on in the video. Why don't you just watch the video, Tornsies? That's crazy.
He's been the one coming out of the smoke screen. Oh, and as I select one.
That's crazy.
Oh, and that almost worked out beautifully. Dipped back to Arsenal, and he's just going to waste time, steal the corner boost. Good heads-up play from Arsenal, trying to limit Optic's options on defense here. Daniel down to the
Number
middle.
3. Well, who's number 2 and 1?
Catches it a little flat, runs away from him.
Loser, you're the fake viewer, bro.
There's Daniel.
Oh, crossbar.
Almost. Disaster. Could have had 3. Would have felt pretty confident in calling the game if you were Space Station right there, but now everything remains up in the air. Anything can happen in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's just
Fake.
chaos right now for Optic Gaming, and it's at the hand of Space Station. It is not because Optic's playing bad or poorly or anything like that. It's just how fast Space Station Gaming is.
Energy and Fury. I'd be spreading fake news.
Can't even get a touch on that one. Daniel,
I don't know if I would even say Fury is the best, like one of the best in NA, because I don't really know if they are. Oh, that. Oh.
LJ combined. Not sure if it was calculated or what, but it worked.
But the only reason I'd say that is because I think Furia wins a lot, but they don't win convincingly. They like barely win when they win a lot. Well, not all the time, but their games are always like really close, you know, like.
Like those are ones that irritate you to no end, and Reynolds can't jam.
And I think like winning with dominance, dude. What is going on? But I think like winning with dominance is like a big factor. I think Furia might be like top 5 though.
Deal with the devil. I know Halloween's on the horizon, but it just seems like.
Yeah, I agree. I think Furia is like probably some of the best like Rocket League to watch.
Reynolds gets a great 50, and again off target. The ball is just. There's no way. How does this ball not find the back of the net?
It's like it's fine that it's not in, but it's just so far away from any type of support. The challenge is going.
SSG phase finals. Can it could be that, right? Because the other side of the brackets, right?
And Reynolds will make that clear. Only 50 seconds left. Man, it could have been such a different game if you're Optic. You'd only have to find one here in a minute, and they just still might. AJ will finally get.
That's what it sounded like last night. No. Sorry. 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 That was inappropriate.
What do you think?
Sorry.
45 seconds.
Sorry.
I think they can. They've still got the press to do it.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Humans, the answer is quite simple, really.
Does the game let on that? Yeah, exactly. I don't see it happening. But AJ might say differently as he gets that shot, and the pressure is on the right half of the field as LJ gets this one back towards the blue half. Optic Gaming gonna have to march the full length of the field.
25 seconds. Magic Bear gonna need a little bit of help. Awkward transition here.
Sorry, I didn't mean anything by it.
For Optic, one-on-one. Magic Bear got caught out.
GG's. It's over. It's over.
Says that's too far. Good night, game 3.
And that right there is called trespassing. You're in no man's land, Magic.
Dude. Toad, don't say stuff like that.
LJ gonna punish.
That's weird. That's weird, champ.
And pretty much guarantee Space Station.
I'm joking. That's a bad joke.
Gonna force Optic Gaming
bad.
To pull off the almost nearly impossible reverse sweep in a best of 7.
All right. I don't know if Optic could reverse sweep this. I'm gonna just be honest.
I mean, it's one thing to have game 2 go the way it did, where you just don't score.
Do I want them to win? Yeah.
Bang, 2-goal lead for Space Station, and then you can't even get yourself back in the game until 50 seconds left.
No, that's like stuff you don't joke about on stream though.
That was tough. That's a tough game.
That's like, anything about like doxing or IPs or leaking, like we don't joke about that stuff. That's not cool.
Feels like nothing's going
I don't want to give people ideas or whatever. Look at Arsenal, so hype.
Yeah, that's me. Don't stop me.
I think that might have been after the one that he scored over.
Is it SSG's new decal you're talking about, or what? Well, people say it makes me not want to talk to them. Like, yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's why it's like that stuff is like edgy humor. It's like insensitive, you know. It's just definitely not a good thing to joke about for sure.
And Space Station
And
get as animated as you
the Twitch
want.
chat is
Right now,
definitely
the
not
way
the
you're
right place to
playing,
talk about
there's
that.
no reason not to be.
Even though there's not really a good place to talk
On the
about that
other
stuff.
side, it's
It's
all
just like it's like a
about slowing
tasteless
down
joke,
and
really. You know what I
we're
mean?
talking about achievements.
Like you could say it and be joking, but it's kind of like since it's like a serious like
How are you
issue, it's
gonna
like
do that
it's not funny,
after
you know?
the series or after the game that we just watched.
Well, it's all ball control at this point. If you're Optic, just got a forced possession, and that one skips away from Magic Bear. Here's the other big problem. I mean, yeah, we've been talking a lot. Arsenal playing very well. LJ being a great
Gonna cry?
player, but Daniel.
Shouldn't have made the cut. It was just a joke, Tornsies.
Space Station needs a touch to go exactly somewhere.
Ooh.
Forget
That was
Daniel.
fast. How fast?
Magic Bear to AJ
92.
with pace, 92 miles per hour.
Oh, baby, put some hot sauce
Damn.
on that one. And 92 miles per hour from the top of the box. If you blink, it's a goal. If you don't, it's still a goal. Optic Gaming, get out.
I think
to a
they should
very
just
spicy start.
That one out of nowhere.
update
Felt like Space
the
Station was
decals
moving the ball
when it
pretty
comes out.
nicely, too.
You know, like why is power still in NA? Like how hard is it to move
Magic Bear position
what you did in the NA section to the OCE section? You know, like that stuff. That should be changed. I don't mind like the release dates at the same time. Doesn't matter. Also, you got to think from a marketing thing. Like if they release lower tier teams, I think there would be outraging community, and also people would buy it less. Oh, close. I don't know if Rlcs had enough boost to score it. I mean, he probably definitely did.
You would, but most people would think it'd be sitting in the fiction section. I cannot believe
Bro, that's like,
the amount of shots
that's not
that
YouTube content though,
shoulda, coulda, woulda
Tornsies.
gone in as AJ sends that one
Only
all the
100 gifted
way
would make it on
downfield.
YouTube though, you feel me?
Speaking of AJ,
No, I'm just
only
kidding.
player for Optic right now to get a goal.
Damn, dude, they're just doubling
We're not on
everything.
land. How is he hitting these shots?
You can't miss. He just jumps off the wall, dodges the dump. He doesn't even have any more boost. He just set up the
Damn.
line. He's like, if he misses, the ball will
100?
be here.
All right.
I am correct. And AJ missed.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I agree.
I'm telling you, there were some souls that were sold this
See, like a new
weekend
org, a new
every
big
game
like
is
tier 1
falling
org
just
joins Rocket
in their
League.
laps.
Like, bro, why can't you just add their decal in mid-season, like, you know?
Make a tough play. In Optic's defense,
Like
that
Moist,
is
for
a
example,
difficult
right?
play to make. It's over your shoulder.
Perfect
Reynolds was
example.
able to poke that one to safety, but Space Station right back in it. Daniel pulls another
It's
one
like
out of the
once they
hat.
add it, they don't touch it for the rest of the year. I mean, the only thing they added was the goal explosions, which is pretty cool, I can't lie, but
Within the corner, AJ threw one, but he gets bounced off the top of the ball.
Oh, no follow through allowed on that one as Rlcs gets that midfield boost, waiting for that reset from Arsenal to come through. Great delay. Of course,
Yeah.
swing and miss and just fly right
But I
past
mean,
that
like,
ball is Magic
bro,
Bear.
like they didn't have a
Great
decal for
play on that
Falcons,
one. Just
they didn't have a
turnover
decal for
possession and
Moist, and they were both at
1v3. What are you gonna
Worlds.
do if you're AJ? Nothing, not even get a touch and rush Rlcs. Not the greatest
Damn,
touch as
thanks,
that ball
Toe.
just hangs
Only
on the
100
goal line.
though. That's kind of broke.
Gonna lift this one for LJ, and AJ, he knew he needed to get out there and close that one down. Wasn't about to let
Look at that
Space
double.
Station just grab boost
50?
and then start
Ooh.
to press in the midfield. So Optic kind of trying to chase this one a little bit, maybe a little too far. AJ gets beat by a mile to a ball. Arsenal looking for Daniel. The pass a little out of reach. Magic Bear has a chance to recover on defense.
Right idea, though, is Rlcs carries this ball into the corner. Can't quite find the 50 as Magic Bear. Just a little honesty check there, making sure LJ was in the right position. And 2 minutes remain here in game number 4. So important if Space Station wins this. They send Optic packing and move on to the semifinals, but can't look too far into the future as Optic have shown flashes of
my.
brilliance, but right now they just need to hang on.
Daniel.
Is it really beautiful because it's against the Optic? You know, you hate to see it.
Magic Bear to stall it out in the corner.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought this series was gonna be the one of the best series, but it really hasn't. I mean, it's been just dominance on SSG and really close from Optic, like putting it away, but it's not coming through.
Poking and prodding at that Optic defense. Any gaps to find?
Only $700.
Well, it's really easy right now because Optic.
I mean, that should be light for someone
clears
like
they're
Toe,
having
you
are
know.
just those kind of panic clears where
But
they
I guess
just
I
try
was
and push
wrong.
that ball all the way to midfield to give themselves a little bit of breathing room, and Space Station Gaming playing so spread right now that it just kind of continues to fall.
I wish I was
right
spread
towards
right
us.
now.
Daniel
Like a
waiting
bagel.
at midfield to poach. And there he is to break up that passing play as Rlcs gets the demo on LJ. But let's see if Optic Gaming can get things going here. 45 seconds.
Almost.
Here,
I almost had that placement.
Strong clear, and Daniel with a lift out towards the side. He's going to have to make another great setup for his team here. And able to push Rlcs off the ball. Nice little dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge from Rlcs. LJ trying to get in Magic Bear's face and just misses the bump on Rlcs. And great defense here from Rlcs in a couple of time situations. 20 seconds remaining, overtime looming.
Oh boy.
Daniel to himself, not able to find any bumps. AJ, huge recovery to take that one out to the side, but does it amount to anything is the question. Arsenal going to wheel back around. Daniel's going to grab the boost on the defense on his lonesome. Tough play to make, and just able to beat Magic Bear to the touch.
Here we go.
If Optic wins this, they reverse sweep. If Optic loses this, they lose.
Looking to get the sweep.
Changa analysis.
Rub it in the face of Optic Gaming, and for Optic, just trying to show up and show out, and that's an opportunity. That's an open AJ.
Reverse sweep, it happens right here.
Commitment from Space Station Gaming, and what a way to have it in OT, right, Achieves? Give them no shot at offense.
Really an awkward one. LJ
Winnable. Winnable.
Caught the ball a little strong. Daniel wasn't even expecting it on exactly that line, so a little bit of a misplay there from Space Station. Optic jump all over it. They will go to 7-5 now when they score first, if only just, but no one cares how they do it. As long as it
That's a pretty bland answer, bro.
We've got another Game 5 coming up here.
Fucking dumbass. Didn't even guess it right.
Sort of steady the
Stupid.
ship. If you win the next game
Fucker.
as well, you start to feel a little bit better. It's like, okay,
Yo,
we dropped
TNT.
a couple we probably shouldn't have, but we know it's fluke. We know the last
My
one
bad.
wasn't a fluke. We just need to make sure we don't miss the touches over our shoulder on the backboard because
Slater.
Space Station is just turning in all of them.
Yeah, for real. I mean, anytime that they get a look and there's the slightest opening on that goal line, they're finding it. But for Optic Gaming, I'm really impressed with the passing plays that we're seeing. They're continually trying to find each other in that infield, but Space Station Gaming is
Pedro.
definitely getting privy to that, and we've seen that where Arsenal's breaking up those passing plays. So it's time for Magic Bear to live up to that name. Show a little Magic
Gluten.
Bear in game number 5 because, like I was saying, Achieves,
I'm just
AJ,
joshing, bro.
the only one to score for Optic so far in this series.
Bro, I want to
How
eat.
sweet would it be for Magic
Hungry.
Bear to just get unleashed?
Hold on.
Strong punt on the onset of Game 4, or Game 5, excuse me. Magic Bear sizing up Daniel on the sidewall, and I'm telling you, Daniel's the guy who's the problem. He is making Optic work.
Daniel looks like me in my ranked games, though. I'm not gonna lie.
He is executing on a lot of his approaches. AJ
Usually I'm
for
just
a touch
better,
in the
though.
middle. Magic Bear, big
great
fake on
fake.
LJ, gives Rlcs an open look, and it sails wide on him. Not sure how much he actually had to pick from, but it felt scoreable.
It definitely felt scoreable. That's one you gotta tuck in. Thankfully for him, though, they do maintain offensive pressure, and as I say, that ball goes right back towards midfield, and here comes AJ. Great read.
Brandon, are you doing anything
Great
Rocket
jump
League for
set,
your
knew
college or
exactly
no?
what AJ was trying to do. As Rlcs goes up, Daniel beats him, and
Ooh, what a
from
save.
AJ. The respect shown, realizing Daniel has the skill set to hammer that shot in and position himself accordingly to take away the shooting lane.
And AJ kind of chain dashing up the wall there, but it rolling away from him.
Me personally, TNT, I would not take that.
Figuring out how to approach on offense. Kind of been a slower start for him here in Game 5 in terms of offensive pressure. But slowly regaining that presence in the midfield. They
Bro,
get off the
oh
backboard.
my
Get
goodney,
the
good,
support
good.
from Magic Bear, but unfortunately, there's too many pieces of Space Station forward. They can't keep them out.
Yeah,
Didn't meet the requirements. Remember? I don't remember.
Just a snap save there and better
Oh yeah,
position
yeah, I
for
do remember
Daniel.
now. Sorry.
Ready to be the garbage disposal
On me.
there and just clean up shop. As Space Station get an early
That's
goal
fucking dumb.
here, and they've got a long way to go to hold on to it. But from
On
what
me.
we've seen, they've
All right,
done
you
a
can put it
great
in.
job at boxing Optic Gaming in.
AJ, little floater, huge demo from LJ. find a bump on another member of Optic as well. On the respawn, Optic really just kind of getting pushed and shoved around a lot here, trying to find some way to...
If it makes you feel better, I haven't been to a restaurant in years, CNT.
Any type of positioning in Space Station. 3v1. Not having any of it, but they do get in the drill. One little miscommunication from Rlcs and AJ, who's actually going to take the ball, and that's all Space Station needs to reset.
Dude, SSG's been just banging it to their backboard and just doubling it. They've been just fogging them.
Goal line open. AJ can't quite find the
TNT is a gluten allergy, so he can't eat gluten. And gluten is in like 99% of foods.
Still looking to get some shots on target through half of this game. Only one shot, and that's been from Rlcs.
Nah, TNT just a bitch. He just saying that. Nah, TNT's my homie. He's just joshing. He's joshing. I'm joshing.
Oh my gosh. Daniel just pressing as much as he can.
I don't think I've ever had food that was gluten free. Like I would be surprised if I ever did. I think maybe the only way I did is if I was at my friend's house. Ooh.
But Daniel times it well on the goal line.
The composure that we've seen from Daniel in this series is so impressive. It is night and day, the difference between him last season to this season, and that is a scary thing for the rest of North America, if not the world, because he was so impressive on LAN, and coming in as a rookie,
AJ,
so many people expecting great things from you, and he lived up to, I would say, all of the expectations. But what we've seen this weekend, I mean, he truly is living up to that name of being a, the young GOAT.
He's got the jitters out now.
How is Daniel tripling that?
On cruise control.
Oh.
He knows the song and dance. He's ready for it.
That was such a good touch.
He's performing now.
Well, he's marching to the beat of his own drum, right? He is creating so many plays, and it's all due to the positioning. He's recognizing
nice. Rlcs open.
Where he needs to be, and that's a great shot. But
that's a good save.
Positioning from Daniel, he knows where
good
he
bump.
needs to be at all times.
45 seconds, guys.
And the stutter step to stop the next two challenges.
If Optic wants to win, they gotta score now.
He's cruising on defense.
Dude, if Optic scores though, it goes to overtime, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but like if SSG scores or if they don't and time runs out, they lose, guys.
Forget that. I'm not even gonna try and go for
I know, like you guys might not know that, but they need to score now. Oh, close.
LJ, a lot of
nice try.
One finally snuck through Daniel's over large net.
I don't believe anymore.
For broke if you're Optic, gotta keep that ball out. Ooh. And great pass forward. AJ doesn't have a lot to work with, and LJ gonna bomb it downfield. Optic.
Come on, boys.
Go. Blue half all the way to orange.
Daniel lands on it.
And Space Station pull off the sweep against Optic Gaming. Ooh.
I would say
now I'm sad.
If not for those first couple of games where you're like, how to Optic not score?
And I said sweep. I was wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was 5 games.
You know what I meant.
This felt like it could have been such a different series. But today, it was not to be for Optic. For whatever reason, shots off the post, saves that get pinned off the crossbar. And
not a good Optic performance, but I mean, SSG just looked really good.
To convert extra
Can't lie.
for Space Station.
Can't lie.
And it was all the tiny things going wrong that ultimately lead to this one looking like a blowout when it was generally pretty tight.
Yeah, they really, I mean, it was one of those instances where that molehill turns into a mountain because it just continued to add up after time. And for Space Station, there were a lot of expectations saying, okay, you're kicking Rlcs, a lot of controversy behind this. We're bringing in LJ because we feel like he has what it takes. And from what we saw, this entire, well,
I'm hard stuck again.
Brand new, but last weekend when they were qualifying, and then today, this team is looking very dangerous and very exciting.
Well, Space Station continue the march. 4
Trolled.
wins now into the semifinals.
Wait, but there's 2 E's. There's 2 E's and a V. That's actually not bad info.
Rebellion playing one of the staples of the top 4 in North American FaZe Clan. Shopify been playing upset recently. We'll see what they can manage against First Killer, Typical, and Mist when we come back.
It's gonna be something stupid. Like this. Look at me go, bro. I'm so cool. I'm so cool. Looking like me, dude. I couldn't even look a fraction like you, Prism. Could be no. Good, know your place. Okay, my bad. What are you, TNT with that ego, Prism? That's kind of messed up. Brr, 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 brr. Where did my thing go? Lucky this song goes hard, I can't lie. Shoot. Could try a double O. But if we do that, let's get some info. Hold on. Just for info. I could have had it on the third guess, but I'm stupid and I doubted, Prism. Give me the next word, Prism. I hate when I find a word about another word and we're just full. This is a word. Fuck. This is not how you spell surge, right? Chow, what is this word? serve. I would have got that. So it doesn't even like count. Sorry. Talking to my mom. All right, give me another word. Give me another word. Lay has to give me the word. Venus. You know what that rhymes with? Kleenex. Joshing.
Space Station on top yet again. They are undefeated so far. They are looking good.
You're saying Venus and Kleenex doesn't rhyme? It literally rhymes. Venus, Kleenex. It's not like the closest rhyme, but that rhymes.
Right now is on Space Station. They feel like the team to beat. They have been crushing it through qualifiers, through the Swiss stage, and now a 4-1 here in the top 8 Gibbs.
But that game one, you have to go back. And Daniel, he's braining the ice yet again. 0 seconds on the clock. At that point, I think everyone's like, all right, it's all over. Because obviously, high amount of pressure, a lot of drama between these two teams. So momentum is absolutely going to play a factor. And when you win game one like that, of course, then Space Station will win 3 in a row. And at that point, you're not coming back from a 3-0 Chiefs.
And Daniel, in general, I think on defense made a lot of really impressive touches and bought a lot of time on defense for Space Station. That helped as well because Optic had a couple of really good presses over on the other side.
And then Space Station doing what they do best and scoring first and maintaining that lead. So far, 9-0. Just really dominating and showing that they are so deserving of being number one. And for me, it just looks like they are so mechanical. A lot of teams are going to have difficulty.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good
Wary. It's a good guess.
Space Station. They certainly look to be like the
Oh my god! What in the pog? What in the pog?
My friend, a huge start.
Oh, we got an interview
already.
Oh,
we got a little video about you early on about your off season.
You can pick the next word.
I mean, you guys obviously pick up LJ here. What's it been like transitioning in the off season and now coming in to this 22-23 season?
It was a little rough at first. Like, we played in a little off-season tournament, and we didn't have the best performance. Everyone was calling us out. It was like, oh, SSG, they made the wrong move, yada, yada, yada. You know, basic stuff. But I just compared ourselves to G2. I was like, when they first picked up Atomic, like, they didn't look good at all. But the more time you team with someone, better you get.
So we're only in Regional 1, and you guys have played 25 games, and you've lost 3. So did you plan for this, that you guys would be, like, a top 2 team right now, or were you expecting that maybe by the end of fall or maybe into winter?
I don't really know when, like, I thought we would get good. I was just hoping it would come as soon as possible, and you know that happened. So I'm grateful for that.
Can't hate that, but the let's get the honest Arsenal take. You know, everybody likes, you know, to have the drama. You kick Rlcs, you play them in the first game of the playoffs, and you get a big bite out of Optic with a big win. But what do you actually make of Optic? You just played them. What did you think?
I think they're still a top team. I think it's going to take them longer to mesh than other teams because me and Daniel, we're already team before, as everyone knows. So all we need to do is bring in one player and then try to synergize that. But they're like a whole new team. So I feel like it's going to take them more time to get used to each other.
All right, now I'm going to have 2 questions. One will be kind of short. The other we can expand. But how good did it feel to score over Rlcs on that?
I mean, we're getting into score
it.
In general. Like, I don't know. Whenever I score,
well, was there anything? You know, we went through the offseason. There was drama behind it. Blah blah blah. Like you said, was there any extra satisfaction behind that, or is it for you now? It's just okay. We're punched in. RLCS has started. Don't care about that anymore.
Nah, yeah, I really don't care. I don't really care who was against. Like, as long as I score that goal, like that's all that matters to me.
Fair enough. And then I want to know, what's the difference for you guys from last season now coming into this one? You've got a few games under your belt. What's the difference between SSG of then to the SSG of now?
I feel like SSG of then we were kind of like, we had a play style where it's like,
You're smart.
Counter the other team's play style, but now we're like forcing our play style, so it makes other team uncomfortable, and we just like out mechanic teams.
I like that answer a lot. I love.
Give me next one.
Play style, and I think it's obviously working for you guys so far. One last question before you.
Pretty
go.
sure
You
I'd
guys
put
going up
Trey
against
like
Gen G. What do you make of that matchup?
that. So I'm dumb.
We scrimmed Gen G. They're looking really good, so I'm just excited to play against them. I don't really know what they're gonna do or how they're gonna play, but I hope they play well. I hope we play well, but I hope we get a dub.
Yeah. Well, Arsenal, thank you for coming on. Any final thoughts before we let you go and see you tomorrow in the top 4?
Oh, final thoughts. Arsenal's a snake. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you for coming on, buddy. We appreciate you. Great work today. We'll see you tomorrow. That was Arsenal.
Arsenal's
from
a
Space
snake.
Station Gaming. A 4-1 over the green wall, as we've been talking about. And as we said, they'll be going up against Gen G Mobile One Racing tomorrow in the first semi-final. That is going to be a fun top 4 matchup. But we have to turn to our next matchup. FaZe Clan taking on against Shopify Rebellion. We did not expect, I don't think a lot of people expected the Shopify team to be here in the top 8. Gibbs, give me the rundown here of these squads.
Shopify Rebellion, the 17th seed, didn't play in the Invitational Qualifier, and they were not happy about it. Memory part of the 2-piece coming in, but I think they got their worst possible matchup into this quarterfinals, because we always talk about FaZe, where they have a lot of hardships versus
Dude, my head
the top 2 or
hurts.
top 3
Wordle
North
actually
America.
hurts my
But
head.
whenever they play like any of these teams that are like the underdog story that's coming into a playoff bracket, maybe they'll make some noise. FaZe usually makes very quick work of teams like this. So FaZe, huge favorites here.
I think you go for it, Curly.
No, absolutely.
Oh, I think Shopify's got a lot of good pieces, because like Memory, grizzled vet, obviously been around forever, is rock solid defensively, and I think Parth and 2-piece. I forgot. I was trying to think of who the third was yesterday on the Friday stream, but I was like, I know I really like Parth, and then someone's like, 2-piece was this guy that was popping off last time we saw him, and I was like, you're right. 2-piece is amazing. So I think Parth and 2-piece in Memory, now that they've had a little more time, a whole off season, I don't know if they're going to be able to beat
Because I
FaZe,
love
but
spending money.
I think we maybe should consider
Spending money's
them
pretty nice.
being a more regular stay here in the regions.
Yeah, Subi, I want to get your take, but first I want to throw up the Verizon fan vote here. You can get your votes in chat right now. Hashtag FaZe, F-A-Z-E, or hashtag SR for Shopify Rebellion. We'll jump
can't
into our
trade,
top predictions. And of course, Subi, I want to get your take on the matchup as well.
Esport decals,
Well, I
unfortunately.
mean, you guys know me, and you know that I love underdogs coming in, especially when they are so heavily favored in the terms of FaZe Clan. But
Yeah.
like you said, Shopify Rebellion coming into this one, if anyone had them on their bracket, I tip my cap to you, because there's no shot I had them in the playoffs. But for me, I can't go against FaZe Clan here. They've just looked too solid. They look like they are just really in sync and in rhythm with one another.
Yeah,
Let's go FaZe
give me
Clan.
FaZe as well. I think Shopify going to settle in nicely to the gatekeeper role of the top 8.
As the kids say, FaZe up. I can't do the F, but FaZe up. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
We'll count it.
FaZe me up as well. It's FaZe across the board here. A lot of doubt, a lot of hate against Shopify, I suppose, from the decks. Let's see what the fans thought of this matchup. I have a feeling, 67% towards
33, I'll
FaZe
take that.
Clan. Yeah, a big
Kinda strong.
favorites here in FaZe. They've been finishing for a long time here at the top. Not surprised, but I would love to see Shopify. prove everyone
Gibbs,
wrong.
dude.
Let's jump into the game. FaZe and Shopify Rebellion to the Verizon Skybox.
I can't think of a word.
FaZe, just another day at the office, another top 8, but a
Who
new
won in
challenger
SSG
approaches
won?
in
Now it's
Shopify
FaZe,
Rebellion.
Shopify now.
A familiar org to many people, but with a whole new face. Memory, the only returning
I'm
member
gonna have to do
of the
info.
old Shopify Rebellion roster, now also supporting 2-piece and Parth, James.
And you know, this Shopify Rebellion team has had a few facelifts. So,
Hefty,
but
fuck.
Now they're back on top. You may remember them best from when Beast Mode was on the team, Beast Mode, Rapid, and Memory, they had lots of
Dude, kickoff was already going, and like it's been going for a bit, and Sip just started moving up.
The addition of 2-Piece is really what has elevated the Shopify Rebellion.
Dude,
team.
Miss has been playing super good. I want you guys to like just pay attention to Miss a little bit. If you guys don't usually be paying attention to him, he's been playing so good.
When FaZe did make that change, and people were wondering where FaZe going to go, and they found out it was Mist.
Missed the first, the double, and it's
in.
in.
This is going to be great.
Just could already tell.
Is always going to deliver this kind of performance as he gets the first goal.
And it was a nice setup from Mist as well, but that is how deadly FaZe is on offense. You see 2-Piece, he was flailing.
He's always good, true.
Much hope. First Killer was in full control of that ball after that pop from Mist.
Yeah, this move for FaZe is we talk about them being a perennial top 4 team. They want to be top 2 or better. And so Mist making this move makes them a little more reliable in the rotation, maybe not competing philosophies individually as they may have felt that they had with AJ First Killer and Simple. But now Mist bumps it up over 1.
Wait, that's such a good double though.
But I think a lot can be said about the Shopify Rebellion team with 2 young guns like Parth,
True.
who has that flip reset, 2-Piece up immediately, but denied.
Alright, first might be a little awkward. Still saves it though.
How about the story of Memory, James? Do you ever expect to see Memory in another top 8 again after all of the crazy things we've seen?
They be dunking. They be dunking.
On your team, it helps a little bit.
Well, I feel like 2-Piece, after we've seen what he can do on randoms with some surprise results, young player coming in, he really does breathe new life into Memory's career, who you would mention has been around for a long time. You remember him teaming up.
No, we want FaZe Clan to win.
In the Universal Open. Memory has been
we want FaZe to win around here.
So long, and you do wonder with players like Memory who've made it to the top, then they struggle to get top 16, struggle hanging out near the top if their days are numbered. But no, Memory has been a fighter, and it's paying off once more.
It's definitely worth noting too, because a lot of players have fallen off, James. That
you're fucking shit, Tonga!
I can share now.
I'ma share you with my family while we devour. I don't know what I'm saying. Thank you, Rye. 38, 6 months. Sorry, I'm dyslexic sometimes.
We're talking about Memory being one of the best defenders in
the
world.
Bro.
How often he racked up saves.
Appreciate that. That's a lot. That's a lot of love.
We're right here in Shopify Rebellion. They're playing FaZe quite close.
Why?
In fact, give me a couple of nice
Why? Tell me now. Tell me now.
Big gap as well, and the infield pass was there. Another demo from Mist. Mist slotting into this roster nicely. You can
Double.
tell this FaZe team so
Mist.
with one another, and that shot
Placement.
Perfect.
Placement.
First Killer lays off the second touch so that Mist can take this shot. And you saw it froze Memory and 2-Piece. They were thinking just for a split second, maybe First Killer will get a double touch, but no, it was a perfect.
I had to clear my cookies. What? I've never cleared my cookies, bro.
Whenever they shade one player and what they're trying
I don't even know what cookies are, bro. Who names them cookies?
Freeze defenders. We saw version 1 early on do it against Optic, or not Optic, excuse me, against Gen G. You saw them linking up on a lot of these fake shots. And we've seen it before, but I feel like we're seeing so many more teams go to those aerial fakes to try to open up the defense because defense has gotten so
duly noted
all across the board in both regions, not just North America, but Shopify Rebellion trying to punch through and get that tying goal.
Well, honestly, I feel like North America is a bit of everything. Now,
that's true. That's true.
So, I mean,
everyone's
are a melting pot in terms of how many different regions are represented in North American Rocket League. But you're right. You have to be more creative now in today's game with how good defenses are.
See you in bed tonight.
Who are so good
right there.
Ball, getting bumps, getting demos, going for the fakes.
The camera stays on.
And that it certainly comes with a premium. If you can add that to your game, you'll have much more success, especially at this level.
What's up, James?
Rebellion hunting for their goal. Memory opened up a gap with a demo, and the shot from Parth, he hit him with the changeup, and it completely dizzied the FaZe defense.
Yeah, let's look at the clock on that one. Clock's in at 23 miles per hour.
I don't know how that was in.
Parth knew he had to go low. Mist was too far back in net. And despite Rebellion fighting from behind for a majority of this game, now they're back out into the lead, but this could be a kickoff goal. Tough play from Parth, but he does play it well to the corner.
FaZe have largely been the gatekeepers in North America. They do not lose to up-and-coming teams. They've been very consistent.
Oh my
with
God.
that. First killer.
He should have
just
dime
above
sip.
par.
I'm not gonna lie.
Gets in the way. Shopify Rebellion certainly trying to test that moniker that FaZe has built up over the last
Pulling
year.
with those
First
guys.
killer
What do you mean I'm
broken
pulling?
by
Pulling
Memory
who?
and FaZe on more defense.
Pulling where?
Let's get the clear out for now. It's two-piece.
Yo, good night, Rye. I appreciate you, bro. Hope you have a good night, day, your life.
FaZe not to be plussed by the situation, even with the ball right in front of the net as two-piece.
Bro, how are these goals going in?
And you just talk about the impact that two-piece is having on this team, and that effort from Parth as well. He was outsped, outclassed in the corner.
Okay, Lay.
Parth, wonderful pinch out there, and also you have to give credit for two-piece for being there and being ready.
When Parth first joined this Rebellion roster, he came in to replace Beast Mode, which, you know, big wheels to fill, but he was slotting in pretty nicely. You know, he was in the places you wanted him to be. Maybe he wasn't extremely effective behind the ball, but you liked how he was positioning. You liked his game sense. And now that he's had some more time in the kettle with this team, he's looking.
And they missed their
more
first
like
regional.
like a centerpiece. Obviously, you have two-piece, who is their linchpin, but Memory sending
Dude,
it
they
across
won
the
every
field. How
regional
Parth
last
so
season,
far on
bro.
this team.
It's almost like he's chilly, you know? It's good when you first make it, but somehow when you let it sit for a while.
Oh, they got second?
Getting
Okay.
better and better. And Parth, he's living up to
Alright.
it now. That goal.
Shopify sweeps here.
For Rebellion.
All of FaZe sending the house on that one. Two players going for the corner boost, one going for a bump. Nobody seeing Parth in the midfield. Easily sends it away and puts game one likely out of reach here for FaZe.
I guess he's spicy chili as well, Jordan.
Everyone you need the sweet and sour, you know. You ever go to those chili cook-offs, James? You get the spicy one, you need the sweet one to chill off a little bit. That's Parth and two-piece as Rebellion take the first game.
Chat, help me out,
I was
please.
hearing Gibbs speak about this in the green room, and he's like, it's going to be a quick sweep.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, 4-0 FaZe here, right, guys? And I was like,
What's your ranking of regions? NA.
Have you seen Rebellion?
Everyone else is below.
A new team.
Everyone else sucks.
and you know, I'll be the first to say, I doubted this
No
Rebellion
bias.
team. And when they got the 17th seed in the
Everyone
top
else is
16
minor.
teams were seeded, and they didn't get invited to the qualifier. They obviously didn't like that too much and felt like they deserved that 16th seed over Dignitas. Now they've proven it with results. Dignitas aren't here, and they are. And now they're bringing it to FaZe, who
Quote
do
for
beat
info.
teams that they are better than. The teams they should beat on paper, FaZe don't lose to almost ever. So the fact that Rebellion take this first win, it could mean big things for Rebellion to set the tone.
But again, Jordan, you have to hold the horses just a little bit. That's game one of a
Lots of game.
7. If FaZe, you said it yourself, perhaps the most consistent team
I ain't a
in
hater.
North America, not consistently at the top.
I'm American.
In terms of the number 1, number 2 finishes, but they are always
Elect.
in that top 4. It seems like they never fail to reach those heights. But they
I'm
are
not even checking
running
if
a
it's
tough
possible. Dude, you're so
opponent
bad,
in
Rye.
the
Why would you
Shopify
suggest that?
Rebellion team.
Why would you sit? No, I'm just kidding.
One thing they're going to have to contend with. However, FaZe
Okay.
adapts. But Memory.
Not bad.
in
Not bad
front,
info.
making life difficult
Good
for
night.
FaZe to get the clear. Even there, first killer. Almost getting bumped by Memory. Parth actually gets the lead.
No, I
to
was
ball for
joshing,
two-piece.
bro.
As all of FaZe were sitting back, Mist opted for the corner boost instead. They'd rather have Rebellion continue to press, confident they could get to the 50.
Good night,
and
Rye.
the touch, and as typical carries it out, they absolutely did. Nice pass back in front. Oh,
What a
missed off
save.
the post. He tried to hit it in the only spot that was open. Parth waiting for first killer, who steals the boost. Parth still getting zoned out of the play, but cleared out by two-piece.
Phenomenal save there by Memory. I mean, it makes sense. Just looking at the Swiss numbers, Rebellion had some of the best defensive stats. 4th in goals allowed, only allowing 1.5 goals per game, and it's saves from Memory like that are a testament to their ability.
Uh-oh.
All of Rebellion got caught out here, but Memory does get back in time. Kind of run back can cause issues as typical. Pass in front of first killer. Plays it away. Again, whole net covered by Rebellion. Where was first killer supposed to go? Now one-on-one. Parth a hard
Look at
shot.
Miss,
Missed up to
bro.
the task. Puts it right back to the corner. Memory. Carry again. It's enough to get the 50 and freeze FaZe. First killer bumped off the ball. Player still rotating back. To Rebellion. Happy to push.
Wins
They got the
Worlds.
boost to do it. Two-piece. And 2 touches don't go anywhere. FaZe, much pressure as they're facing.
Yeah?
They're standing the test right now against Rebellion. First
Your lighting's dope. You like the lighting in my room?
Rebellion will continue to push.
Did you
Thanks,
expect
man.
this to be how the games would go? Shopify Rebellion.
I don't like that there's one light there. I want to get
another.
another light here, I think, is what I want. Like another nightstand.
It still hasn't
I don't
really
know.
amounted to much. Shopify Rebellion, I mean, the one save for memory, that
Not
was
sure, though.
really, you look back on this game, that might be the moment for Shopify Rebellion, unless FaZe can get something going here. Finally, some time on attack.
Oh, Parth ready to receive, but cut off by first killer there quickly.
Yeah, maybe I'll just leave
You
it.
know what's funny, James, because you do look at FaZe's.
I just feel
qualifier
weird because I have
run.
another
Oh,
light right
it's
here.
open, missed with a change-up,
I
shot off the
am
ball,
looking
and
away
FaZe
again, Innocent.
finally break through the Rebellion defense.
And Myth almost did not put that in. Typical gets it around Memory, and you see that Memory, if he
Super
had
awkward,
a bit more
weird,
time to
nice.
take a direct
It's in
tap on the ball, he could have cleared
every
that
team
off
in
the
every
ball. He
region.
could have cleared it, but he was
FaZe is my favorite in
expect
NA.
Myth to not put that in so clean.
When you're able to hit the ball with authority and force the
I don't
defense
even
to
know what I
rush
would
the
say for
touches,
EU.
good things are going to happen for you on offense. First killer underneath on the reset and first
Clean.
killer just
Clean,
continues to
clean.
dazzle. Match after match, game after game.
Thank you.
When this guy's behind the ball, magic happens.
Oh, it's such a good first touch. A low altitude flip reset.
EU, I don't know. I would probably say
First killer
Moist.
showing you
I
his
don't know.
class, his quality. And that was
OCE would have been
When's the last time you've
Renegades,
seen first killer have a bad game? It's been a
but now
while.
that's not a thing, so I don't know. I guess I would say
still feel like
Power.
First killer played well. Like, this guy is absolutely insane.
Sam would have been Furia, but now I don't know. I don't know anyone in Sam anymore.
Because you're right. It's so rare
And then I don't
for
really know
First
any
Killer
other options.
to play, a bad game of Rocket League. He has good games. Sometimes he has unbelievable games.
I like
but
the
most of
team
time,
that
he's a
Kami's on.
rock-solid
I don't know
player
what
who's
region that
reliant
is
to
though. I
make
don't
the
remember.
defensive touches, score the goals that he has to. And we are seeing it here in game 2.
You used to never be able to say that about him either. Inconsistency used to plague him.
Oh my
You
God.
think as far back
Oh.
as Rogue, as Rebellion just missed the net. But First Killer has really done a great job.
Hold on, chat. I
molding
got
himself
some food.
into that all-round player.
I don't need to.
Who seems to produce time
Oh wait,
after
never
time.
mind.
He still gets that. Hang on, Parth.
I thought I had
he
my
might have
Invisalign
something
in.
there. Miss was there
I'm
on
just
the
gonna turn on my
defense.
face cam.
But it might still have some trouble shaking
Oh, good.
off
I got
that
a chicken
old,
salad.
inconsistent, First Killer's just cutting rotation, trying to 1v3 argument. I think some people still feel that way when they see First Killer, but he's not that player.
Yeah, I'm big
anymore.
fans of
This
Genji
man
and Optic,
facilitates
but they're not
the
my
success
top
for
one
FaZe
though.
As much as he's the star of the team, Two-Piece and Parth are trying to move downfield, but FaZe have just shut Rebellion down.
At the same time, Jorby, you wonder offensively, what will this FaZe team look like? Who will be the big players besides First Killer? Will Typical step up? We know he's got the shooting potential, and Typical was known for his defense. Back on Space Station, he was the third man, and now you've got Mist, who also is such a strong third-man player. Who will be that player that's going to move up and play more of a role?
Who number one team?
On
Woo!
the attack.
That's kind of the best part
True.
of having a roster like this, right? Where with AJ, you felt like the philosophy was a bit muddled. Everyone kind of wants to be that guy. And I don't think Mist is as concerned with being that guy, at least as his play style would inform us. But as far as Typical goes, it's a much more comfortable spot for him. You saw him even at the World Championship start to take a much more aggressive
TNT,
role.
let's
I
say
think he's much more
Flitz's
comfortable
team
being
and a
in
crew
that
are going
aggressive
against
role.
each other. Who are you
And
rooting
I
for?
don't wanna be, Mr. Stacks historian here, but the whole way back in season 9, season 8, when we're talking about Typical maybe being the best player in the world, and we haven't seen that kind of form from Typical. Memory gonna put this ball in. There's
Losable.
one goal to go to tie it up. With
Actually
2 seconds, they're
losable.
gonna need some magic on the kickoff. But I do agree with you that, Typical, I think he can be that next guy that can be the guy alongside First Killer.
IG number one from the bottom. I don't know what that means.
FaZe is going to have to bring their A game on this kickoff. We'll see if any kickoff strats happen here for Rebellion. It does make it up the wall on Two-Piece. Going to have some boost to work with.
Two-Piece got the dunk. Oh, Mist was there, but was he? That was really close.
You're sweating a little bit. You're sweating a little bit after that one. But Rebellion.
But what about
went
Luminosity?
off, being swept, and they're, Rebellion. They had some good moments on attack, but overall, FaZe Clan just kicked it into a different gear. Missed that shot there. It was a close call, hitting it off the crossbar. was able to still get it through, and then that flip reset from First Killer.
They were second to last, right?
And it looked like Rebellion were going to get shut out, except for that last second goal, and that play in the on kickoff with it rolling up the wall,
Rogue.
pinch, narrowly missing out.
Luminosity.
I mean, you don't want to take any chances, especially in this game now, Jordan. We've seen plenty of 0-second goals. We saw some earlier with Space Station. So the fight in Rebellion was there, but unfortunately for them, they fell just short. And FaZe going to equalize in this series.
Yeah, for Shopify Rebellion, just felt like FaZe's defense was so much cleaner on the back wall. Also, one of Parth's goals from the last game.
Same points. Then what is this? Like this -6 and -7? What is this? I don't know what that means. GD? What the fuck is a GD, bro?
In that last game. So FaZe clutch up on the backboard, stop two-piece from dunking them into an overtime, and now FaZe have.
See, I didn't know if that was like points or not.
Control the series here in game 3.
So, LG and Rogue tied for last.
First Killer starts things off with a little reset, and two-piece flies in to get the first touch, but it leaves the rebound for Typical. Pass to Mist. Oh, low shot and Mist fools the defense, puts it right underneath their bumper.
And this little touch from Typical, a thing of beauty, that gave Mist all the time in the world to read what.
Dude, Mist is so good, dude.
And Mist does not disappoint. The little changeup, putting it behind the defenders who were already airborne, and once that defender's in the air, it's so much easier to get it around them.
Two like that now for Mist. That one a little cleaner than maybe the last one. Is two.
Yeah, Mist is your all, so you're typing while gaming.
Parth trying to set memory up, but he's too far back.
In a tournament? In my Twitch chat?
Parth protecting the retreat for Rebellion. Here for First Killer. Decent enough first touch, but he only had 20, couldn't make contact.
Damn, that's kind of cool.
Demoing memory out of the way. Trying to set Mist up against Parth, who gets, and then Mist got bumped by two-piece, forced to flip the ball back out. You see, just lofting the ball in front of the box. And Rebellion.
If Typical got a touch, that would have been really good.
Shuffles the ball off of Mist. Now Parth has a shot, but taken away.
Oh, and then you're seeing some demos come out. Two-piece was targeted by Mist as well and did well to dodge it so that it could turn and get that clear. But FaZe, they're starting to look for the demos. You're seeing more and more of them.
Parth even almost got demoed by Mist there. Now two for Rebellion. Both jump for the ball. First Killer. Just gonna dump it back. Typical cuts. And now both First Killer and Typical wait to move forward. Almost getting optimistic on his positioning there, but he got back to Parth on the 50. They do break out again with two-piece behind the ball, but that's about as far as they get, James. As soon as two-piece breaks through the midfield on a 50, the follow-ups aren't really forthcoming as they have to defend a shot, and they don't even get contact. First Killer, right side of the net, 2 goals for FaZe.
And Typical with a low boost, delays that touch. You saw Memory trying to figure out if he's going to go back wall pass, go infield. Well,
I'd never do that to Squishy.
Was there and ready. Great.
More like Energy would never do that for you, bud.
From Typical as well to stay on top of that play.
Just a little too far for Memory to stretch out. The two-piece didn't make contact, but that was probably the better result. First Killer was waiting right there in midfield. FaZe still retained possession, and now they're starting to look like that bubble team destroyer that we know FaZe as. Not discrediting Shopify's run at all here. Just FaZe.
Bro, Prism, you're telling me if Energy was like, yo, we need you.
About their success against teams
you're saying yes, but then if they say you got to replace Squishy, you're saying no?
As competitive as Rebellion have tried to make it, these last 2 games have been squarely FaZe.
Oh, certainly. I mean, and it's no disrespect to Shopify Rebellion. Like you're saying, we've seen FaZe continue to bring their A game at international competition.
You're fucking shit, Chonga!
Bro, Wino, tell me.
Can't be questioned.
What?
So Shopify Rebellion, you know,
what does that even mean?
I would say for the most part was.
But 8 months, that's a lot of time.
Have a tough time.
We almost had a baby.
It looked like they may
have
a decent shot, but these last 2 games, FaZe really has been in control.
For me, you had the sub badge.
Even that 50.
Oh wait, no, you didn't.
The complete wrong way for Rebellion. They had
on me.
Completely reset their rotation. No one was ready.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you that you're not sub because you don't have to be sub. But I do appreciate it. You're my.
What do you do?
How many subs do I have?
Trying to feign his approach to Mist. Does come back to 2-piece.
49 subs right now. You're my 49th sub. So thank you, Prism.
Gets off the ball just long enough. Now they finally have a little bit of possession here. How can they actually push FaZe? Can they get that shot pressure? right now haven't had any of it. They spent about 15 seconds over here. There's the first, and it's taken away by Mist. Two-piece, gonna take the boost, let Memory come in. Rebellion, what do they got? Memory, underneath on the reset, forces Mist into a tough spot. Shot denied by Mist 3 times.
Typical
now.
phase 3 members of.
By first killer off the post. Memory racing, trying to keep Typical off the ball, but FaZe get the clear.
How on earth did one of those shots not go in? That was immense effort from FaZe on the goal line to keep Rebellion scoreless.
Dude, Twitch sub is way more important than food, bro.
They even get it back to the orange half.
Next time you're not able to afford groceries and a sub at the same time, just make the right decision. Your sub helps me with my groceries.
Rebellion absolutely needed something, but it's just return fire for FaZe. It gets sent to the orange, and it feels like it comes back to the blue with twice the force.
What do you mean full screen? Oh, my bad. It's because I moved my mouse to the other monitor on my other PC and it messes it up. What do you mean FaZe fell off though?
First killer got there, Mist coming across, another 50 for Memory, but he doesn't make contact, and first killer gets FaZe out again.
First killer, the one first.
The brand
also had support in Typical. The goal
I don't know.
defense from FaZe has been remarkable, and now they're going to have to make another stop. First killer jumping early, and the swift support from Typical relieving some pressure, but it's still not over yet. Finally, with that touch, first killer.
I don't really
let the pressure off.
I don't know. It's definitely not the same as it used to be, but FaZe has like changed all of esports, you know? Like without FaZe, who knows where we'd be.
And I don't think they can get down far enough. Attempted pinch, cut off once more, but FaZe in full.
Did I say all of esports? I meant just all of like.
More to go to move on to the semifinals. The ball touches the ground.
Just everything.
And with that
all
game,
the orgs.
that's the first time that the Shopify Rebellion have been shut out in this regional. That goes to show you how good the FaZe Clan defense is to finally keep Rebellion scoreless, and it shows you how good Rebellion's offense has been this entire regional.
Yeah, shutting them down, certainly a feat. With FaZe on defense, I mean, some of these were so close. Mist getting that change-up shot certainly helped set the tone. The beautiful pass from Typical you saw, but then it was the defense. Missed here once, and then missed again. You didn't even have to move, and then there's one first killer's there. What do you do if you're Rebellion there? The whole net's closed, and the way the ball's bouncing,
dude,
you're trying to cover options. You're trying to find a way to actually make yourself effective in the rotation, and it just kept happening that Rebellion had to keep shooting at the left side of the net. None of FaZe were really relenting on the left side of the net, and there's just nothing you could do. FaZe defense clutched up.
They have, and you know, in those situations, if you're FaZe Clan, you're very
dude. Chat, someone please.
Or a change up. We've seen it before. Well, Typical streaking in, goes all in on the
shot. I'm sad. I can't think of a word. Yeah, there's big other innovators, but like FaZe was the start of it all.
Or even just go for a complete fake when they have FaZe on the goal line like that.
You know, like other orgs definitely have found more success based off of FaZe's success, but not saying they wouldn't be successful without them at all. It's just they like FaZe set like the standard for the industry.
Had a couple of breakaway opportunities, but it just goes back to talking about FaZe's form and how they've shut him down.
I mean, FaZe is still the biggest org of all time, right?
They've challenged him at the perfect spot. Two-piece does just launch the ball.
It's like the most like global known org, right?
There's Typical. Can only play the ball away, and Rebellion, more defense coming for them. The ball kicked up for first killer. Back to Typical. Goes for the top, first killer. Puts it in. FaZe draw it up perfect.
First killer solos him. He turns on this ball. Two-piece did his best to clear.
That was a good fake.
And then first killer just jumps again. Typical also in the air, showing multiple looks to the defense. And I mean, I don't know what you feel bad for the Rebellion, Jordan.
See Typical and first killer go up, and you're like, both of these are equally terrifying. I do not know which one's gonna hit this one first.
All I know is FaZe got me into everything in like 2012. That's all I know.
Preventing a shot from happening. And even Parth.
Been like 10 years.
Okay, now Rebellion gets set up, but then he gets deleted. A two-piece. He's got to try to force
I'm eating
that ball
crackers and cream cheese.
The midfield line. Parth. Now he's got a little space, but first killer cuts him off quick.
In the ground pinch shot, he had two-piece waiting.
Welcome back, Brandon.
But still, this is some good pressure mounting. You see Memory now turning at full boost. Nice. There's the
the ground pinch.
Two-piece. That was the right idea. If that finds two-piece, you certainly think they're scoring.
Was going high to try to catch the pass, but he also had first killer in front of him. He didn't want to get demoed on the play. Now another shot comes, but Memory's there for the save. Missed. Puts it down in front, and Sipic
Yeah, FaZe was my org.
First killer all by himself. Memory has 2-piece on the wing. He takes it himself, and he missed off the post. No connection as Mist on the turnaround. Back to Sipical. Back to Mist. Hard
Oh
shot.
my god.
That one, Mist puts lead into it.
Wow. That placement was perfect.
Mist to Sipical, the give and go, and the placement was astonishing. Mist.
That was crazy.
That was a shot to remember.
That's why they signed him.
Nice shot,
We
late.
talk about all the time, Mist being a reliable shooter. That is exactly why FaZe picked up Mist on this team. Showing it against Shopify Rebellion.
What up, Kasu?
Rebellion get on the board. Nope. There's first killer.
Oh, 2v1 situation. It's going to be really tough.
Damn, that's just tragic.
First killer. Oh, man. First killer. He served this up on a platter.
All right, what do you do with your memory there? It's first killer. He could be going for 1,000 different things. He just hope you could just back up into the ball and challenge him before he could get anything done. But first killer already had full control. Easy fake for first killer, and it almost feels like an easy 3-goal lead here for FaZe. And a little pop-up on the wheel, but no one's gonna commit just yet. Rebellion now getting outshot, outscored 5-0 in the last 2 games. Rebellion still haven't come up with a goal since game 1.
Yeah, they have been outclassed these last 2 games, and now it's looking like the last 3 games. Had some.
Oh, game 2. Yeah, right.
And yeah, I mean, game 2 they did almost have a last-second comeback.
Shopify Rebellion.
Scored with 2 seconds on the clock. Almost had something off kickoff, but game 3 all FaZe. Game 4 all FaZe. It looks like FaZe has found the adjustments, and they are really, you know, they have figured out this.
It's the roll this effect, bro.
Memory trying to get something going for Rebellion, but every touch is with an orange car in traffic. 2-piece getting bumped. Parth had to avoid an attacker last time.
No, it's the best of 7.
And that's the kind of desperation that they're in. 2-piece is just diving forward, hoping he can get a chip, hoping he can force FaZe into an unfavorable position. They do get a goal here. 2-piece able to actually catch FaZe out on their rotation. Have not been able to do that in several games, but a great 50 from Parth forces Typical into a spot where he can't really get back to the ball.
There should be one more after this, right?
There was a little bit of indecision there from Typical. You saw him hesitate for just a moment on which path to take, whether to challenge the ball or whether to get back to net. And that 50 from Parth really set up that goal. Now all 3 go, but the clear is big enough to prevent that from really haunting him, Jorby.
Yeah, the phrase 3 heads are better than 1 doesn't normally apply, but if you get the clear, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What is going on in front of the net?
Oh!
This one has to be slower than 23. It's 20.
It's 20.
22 miles an hour.
You called it.
I think Mist bumped Memory harder than that shot was.
This is typical FaZe
Did
clan.
anyone hit 21? That's the next one. This match has been all about how slow you can shoot the ball. Now all of a sudden Rebellion are in position to tie it up. First killer, what a pass to Typical.
G2 Furia next.
Typical just couldn't get enough power.
I'm probably gonna want Furia to win.
All of Rebellion were played up pretty close there. They do connect with Memory in the corner. These are actually getting hurried up here. They got
Oh my god, I thought he owned gold.
Parth.
Dude, move my mouse.
No,
So
denied
annoying.
by Mist, but that actually works out. It's 2-piece. Falls back in front of the ball. Got the 50 back to Memory. Rebellion trying to build something here. But the 50s start going the other way. FaZe with control in the blue half and maybe stinting the comeback potential here for Rebellion.
And that was a good cut from Mist. First killer.
Ooh.
Typical, I'm sorry. Typical was first killer with how clean that was, but Typical showing us his
I thought it was
ability.
first killer too, I'm not gonna lie.
That was a gorgeous double tap. Had just enough boost in the tank to make the play. And that was set up by Mist cutting off the pass to the midfield.
I think the only thing that could have went better on defense is Parth. He went to read the double touch, but he was absolutely in position, and he had the boost to just go for the backboard read. In that position, much better to try to go for the read than try to read where Typical's gonna put that. You can only cover so much of the net with that kind of read. Typical made him pay, so what are those small decisions you can make facing that kind of pressure on the goal line? You can only harp on the decision so much, but maybe it was savable. Parth gets underneath it, Can he set
I haven't seen Isaac now that you talk about it.
the bar, and there's a goal with 1 second left.
There's a,
and we're gonna need
okay,
some,
winnable.
some trickery here on the kickoff. If
There's I've seen Isaac, or I haven't seen Isaac. I haven't seen Leaf. There's another person that I'm not or I can't think of their name. I haven't seen CJ.
Just going hard, cheat, supersonic. They get a
Oh well, maybe they're doing stuff on EU though.
Decent catch from Parth, but he's gonna get 50 the whole way back to his.
Like, I haven't seen Johnny Boy or.
We've seen
maybe that's just what it is.
Could be the makings of another one.
Dazarin.
Sends it up. Parth. Wait down a 2-piece. 0 seconds. They've done it. Rebellion failed the first time, but the second time is the charm. The whole way set from memory back to Parth. We're going OT.
Bro.
It had to be the perfect kickoff. There was no other avenue.
But I didn't even think it was possible, so I was just talking the whole time.
In that game, they had to have the kickoff. The ball needed to be elevated. It needed to hit the corner and bounce, and it did. The Rebellion, you never see that happen. It's so rare.
We just watched them try to do it a couple games ago, and they failed. They got kind of close to the net with that one, too. This time, they actually complete it.
Okay.
Get the comeback, but they've lost a couple of these balls.
Okay, everything's fine, chat. Everything's fine.
A little careful. They've got momentum. They need to find a way to grasp it and punish FaZe here to tie up the series. First killer already downfield. Not where you want him to be when he's got full control. Gets a reset, 2 coming for Rebellion. The follow-up man gets bumped out. He's on the
almost
peaked. Side of the field. Now Parth is given a clear. He's got a pass. 2 pieces wide open. Rebellion have tied the
Bro,
series.
FaZe just threw so hard. They just threw so hard. Holy smokes.
I don't think I've ever seen a better steal than that game.
No, chat. No, bad. I'm timing everyone out who types anything.
What we just saw. That was insane. I mean, they were denied twice on the 0 second line.
Man.
They lost the midfield challenge.
They trolled.
They lost the ball after the initial
They trolled. 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 They trolled.
Bounces it off the ramp while First Killer's breathing down his neck, by the way, and then somehow orchestrates a 3-man passing play down the field. I mean, it literally, James.
All right, guys.
Might not have seen anything
Enough
like
about
that
Rocket League. That dumb game.
Incredible 0 second goals. We've all seen incredible last second goals, but to come back in that situation, 2 down 3 goals, 4 goals, scoring that situation, that pass, this overtime winner.
They threw. FaZe threw. I can't lie.
That is what I don't think I can ever forget.
Is that a word?
This game, the Shopify Rebellion versus FaZe Game 4 will be seared into my
so
memory
dumb.
forever. And that was, and honestly, in those final seconds, I was on First Killer.
I just threw.
And he was just staying upfield. He was waiting for the game to end when that ball went in at 1 second. And then on kickoff, you just had to get the ball rolling on the ground. It says 1 second on the clock, but it can even be less than that. And all you need is just to have it roll. Just make it roll.
I don't cry tears of FaZe Berry.
I don't believe
if I did, I'd be very profitable.
Winning that 3rd game, FaZe winning their 3rd game would have assuredly put a pin in this one. And you're thinking 3-0. You don't see 3-0 comebacks all that often. FaZe are going to get the first goal here to start it off on.
I'm happy they scored, but now it doesn't matter because they can still lose.
Last game, Shopify Rebellion have made a series out of this where halfway through the last game, we didn't think there was one.
Well,
no, I think FaZe threw though. I don't think.
That's the recovery.
I mean, if you think about it, every time someone scores, like, it's because of some mistake, right? Like the other team making a mistake. Whether it's a ball touch or defensive rotation or just a beat or a decision making, like there's always a mistake. If everyone played perfect, no one would ever score.
3-1 in the series instead of this being match point.
But
You tied it 2 games.
I mean, I think you're right about Shopify, like not giving up, and that's respect to them. But I think FaZe threw though. FaZe should have won that game for sure. It's close.
First Killer pulling off on him. Parth trying to drive the 50 forward. 2-piece getting deleted. Memory knowing he has to defend the back end. He bought a little bit of time for 2-piece, but
I looked away. It's in their net. Again. I'm literally on fire with that.
2-piece has been making some nice defensive stops, but Memory didn't get the best touch that he was looking for. First Killer position behind that ball. There was nowhere else for that ball to go other than in the net. Well done by First Killer, who's had a hand in what seems like every goal for FaZe.
And Rebellion in a familiar spot now.
I don't know. I've heard
Down
some
two
like
goals
bad
early
things
to
about
FaZe.
G Fuel though, and I've also heard
Done it
good
once,
things
they can
about
do
it
again,
too.
right? Parth shot right into mist though. You're gonna need a better placement than that to get it done. There's two-piece. Maybe Parth could have cut in there, but FaZe are gonna be ready for those soft touches. Missed.
Oh, we need FaZe to win, guys. You don't understand.
Off the boost, but didn't get the steal.
FaZe is a top 4
Couple
NA
of chain
team.
dashes there for, well, I guess a chain
They
dash
only
was
make
the
top 4
proper way
actually.
to say that. It's two-piece. Wait, he's got Parth downfield. Parth going high, making it
We,
uncomfortable
that's
for
right.
Mist,
We,
but first
us as
killer's
a
there to take him
stream.
away.
Sees Mist. This is a double tap ball, but Mist couldn't get around it. And then the side flip from Sypical. Sypical had no boost, probably laid off for First Killer. And now a shot right back towards net. If First Killer got the bump on two-piece, that would have opened the lane. We're seeing some good pressure from FaZe.
Bro, Energy got next, bro.
They get downfield, but the old wifty.
Do a poll? No, I don't need to because I already know like, you guys are just gonna troll me and say like, oh, Shopify, because you got, you know. But we all really want FaZe to win. I know this. Trust. I don't need a poll to know.
And Typical will return.
No, you guys are just a bunch of little tricksters, you know.
Dizzying himself there, not sure who was gonna touch the ball when, and had to pull out of the rotation.
Nah, you guys are a bunch of trolls, silly kids, you know, trying to get me and trick me and
Now shot opportunity. That one
go against me.
Memory. That was a nice
Oh, that was low-key clean. Not in though.
Shopify Rebellion, that one was just wide.
Hard ball.
Oh, Brandon must have had a typo.
Well, it was nice initially by Parth. He lost it. And two-piece. Wins the 50 against Typical. Missed it first killer. Still back. Parth got the catch. Saved by Mist.
If AJ was on FaZe, I would want Shopify to win. So AJ's not on FaZe, so you want FaZe to win. That's what I'm hearing.
Dunk against two-piece, but he just didn't have enough.
That's kind of mean.
Missed. Able to send it forward, and it's just more time.
You don't like AJ? Why don't you like AJ?
Mist is so good at that. He doesn't panic when he's last back, when he's on the goal line. He welcomes shots like that. And him making that save, that was a big one, and even kick-started the counterattack. So well done by Mist.
JK, that's mean. You're good. Okay, so but it's not. That's not mean to FaZe though. It's just mean to me. It's all good, bro.
More uncomfortable defense.
Loki, I would have liked AJ.
Almost a free look.
AJ first miss roster more than the SIP.
Really gonna go for him.
But
he wanted to be in the path of the boost. Parth is there waiting in midfield.
I do like Optic, you know, with facing into the roster out, you know.
Memory's there to follow up. What's he got? He's got enough boost to get back to the dribble. Got a reset, but First Killer just steals the ball away. Dunked by Parth just off the 1 minute,
please.
And FaZe kill more time. All three downfield. First Killer, easy redirect, off the bar. Typical, off the bar. Rebellion, hoping they can generate something, but the ball just kicks away too far from them. They're all chasing and finally get a 50 their way. No, First Killer is always in the spot. Completely kills any attack they have.
This has been so back and forth. You saw the chances from FaZe.
It's just because you're missed.
Rebellion marching downfield. And FaZe Clan still have that.
Yeah, I was surprised. Oh, what? What was that angular?
Who's gonna be that next man for FaZe?
Oh my god.
Come on, baby, that was sick.
Oh my god. That's insane.
That was nasty.
That is insane. That is insane. That is like that's a clip.
Oh my, oh my. Chill out a little bit, FaZe. I think they're a little upset about the last game. Like passive front denied.
Sheesh.
Time running out. I don't think there's gonna be any.
Bro, just because you score a peak don't mean nothing though. You know what I mean? That was still insane though. That might be one of the best shots I've ever seen. Like an RLCS.
One more try to force game number 7, but FaZe right the ship again.
Dude, I need to see a replay on that shot.
Put this one on ice.
I need to see a replay on that shot.
Like I had mentioned before, Jorby, Shopify Rebellion coming into this series.
He had the protractor out. That's what I say that all the time. Well, I used to say that.
2 games that FaZe Clan was able to keep them scoreless, and FaZe bounced back nicely. That is exactly what was called for.
Not a word.
FaZe after losing a game like that, and you probably could have expected it. We have a timeout being called for the Shopify Rebellion.
Have to at this point. FaZe, while the comeback is impressive, You know, FaZe have dominated the pitch for the most minutes. Rebellion, they've had some decent pushes, but I don't think they're generating nearly as
That
much,
shot was insane, chat. Like that was actually insane. I don't even know.
Break down this FaZe team. And I like some of the things that they were doing on offense. They were starting to get demos. They were starting to try to pull FaZe out of the rotation. They were changing things up with their mechanics. But I feel like the problem is First Killer. Like they were even starting to get around Mist near the end, but then First Killer's just there in the follow-up spot.
It might be a double
really
S.
Seem to be anything that they can do to actually get him off the ball.
I mean, there's a lot of problems. When you go against FaZe Clan, you got a lot of problems.
Look at Roldiz. Look at Roldiz in his uniform.
Honestly,
Looking good. First Killer on his phone, texting his mom, probably saying, hey, you better go to game 5, 6. LOL, we got this.
It's a completely different game.
You know, typical. I mean, what? Oh, wait, bars. Sorry, I meant first, though.
Really have to make the most of them. We've seen some clutch factors specifically out of 2Piece. And then that game, 2Piece had 5 saves.
Typical,
had any saves.
mystical.
2Piece has been playing out of this world.
Elliptical.
A name for himself
That's right.
on the mainstream.
Bars.
Against a big-time opponent like FaZe, but now they find themselves one game away from being knocked out of the playoffs. We'll see what the Shopify Rebellion have in their bag.
I have been impressed with Parth as well. I feel like him and 2Piece have linked up more than a couple of times on you know, some nice duo opportunities. But even Memory, Memory getting a little mechanical on offense and getting aggressive, trying to get some of those chances.
Curse.
You talked about some of his missed ones. And
That's a really
like
good
Parth
guess.
is almost being the facilitator
Okay.
for 2Piece on these breakaway opportunities. You see him drilling through the ball.
Okay,
on these
that was a
50s,
really good guess,
trying to
though.
put the ball in the best spot for his team to succeed. And I think that's where Parth is really excelling for the most part. The difficulty, as we've said over and over
Guys,
again,
you know
James,
Carson?
we get started in
Huh?
Neo-Tokyo is, well, it's just FaZe Clan.
And also
Jordan,
Mist,
wait.
you saw in the highlight package
Who's
that
Jordan?
came from Mist
Where's
over his
Jordan?
shoulder.
Who's the coach of
Mist,
Shopify?
he just finds ways to keep that ball out of net.
First Killer back over to Mist. Let's get the dunk. Shopify Rebellion. I think
Yeah,
it would behoove
I played
them to
against
score
Jordan and
first
Parth
if
in
they
Shopify,
really want
or
help.
while they were both in
FaZe have
Shopify
scored
in
first
Attorney before.
Each of the last 3 games, it's going to be difficult, or really 4 games. It's going to be difficult to come back when your mentality is, well, you got
Good
to come
save.
back. Parth knows it. Came
Oh,
on the first
good
hit, but now
bomb.
they're lost, and they can't find a way to defend Mist, who gets the first goal for FaZe.
Damn, Chonga, big time. Nah, I was only in a tournament. I've only played against pros in tournaments. I've never played in ranked. Once I start playing pros and ranked, that's how you know you made it. Kind of. That's how you know you're good. But in like tournaments, you could get pros. There's not many like SSL teams that play, so once you hit SSL, you be going against them.
Because that ball came on the.
That's what I want. That's pretty good.
Memory's car. And I don't know if Parth would have been in the best spot to follow up anything.
He needed Memory to not get bumped.
We squished you before. I mean, you're still up there though. Like that doesn't make you pro, obviously, but
Missed that up. To get the second goal here.
it means a lot though. I think.
Get down on the 50.
You know, like being high in MMR is like good, but then once you start playing against pros like consistently, or like beating pros consistently, like like
Good enough to get by 1.
you're up there.
Memory gets deleted on the play. Parth coming in.
Scored on Prism, does that count? I've scored on Prism before.
Starting to stretch phase.
Not in rank though.
Want to get by them, they're going to need to hold that midfield line. They're doing it for now. Memory, a light touch taken away by Mist, but the light touch allows Typical to come in.
I think that does count though.
The factor the Mist will always bring. The smart touch is the right touch, and he gets the demo, gets the
We're
clear.
all basically pros. But I don't know, Prism's not fair though, because like Prism's like, he might have offense, but he got no defense. You know what I mean? Like,
down into the corner.
Prism might as well like just put the controller down when he's going back.
50 just pops straight out the Mist off the Typical. Mist, no,
Good bump. Oh my god. That was sick.
Pushes his way into the Rebellion box.
Look at Sip going for this bump.
Such a physical game, typical
Oh my. And he owned, I think.
Mist and Typical working together.
This is insane to me. He's right though.
And you saw him bouncing around every
I'm just kidding. Prism's really good in every aspect.
But FaZe, they've got so many different tools in their toolkit. They are a lot to handle for anybody, and that's proven true against Shopify Rebellion.
Bro, all I'm saying is when I play with my friends,
Through 2, and then Mist is there as the
they don't be rotating back. They go upfield. They're just waiting for a pass. I have 100 boosts. I got an open field.
More defense.
I just see all my teammates turn around. That's it.
In the air, back to miss.
Oh.
Save from Parth. Typical have to race back as well. Maybe a chance for Rebellion, but 2Piece has no boost. He's not going to catch up to this ball in time. Parth giving
Prism hit a double reset on me. TNT hit a double reset on me.
By that easily as he just launches it on the pot shot. 2Piece turns it away.
Dude, the problem with like my defense is I only have good goal line defense, and like even then it's not even like great. It's just like okay, but like I don't have but I have just like pretty bad like midfield defense.
Able to put away, and that's going to leave the door barely open for the Shopify Rebellion.
Memory got a good 50 back to 2Piece, but ball's coming down too fast. Another shot saves again. It doesn't matter who it is. Did phase number 1 fail? All right, number 2's there. Wait, did phase number 2 fail? Hang on. Well, Memory, he couldn't get past the 2-man. What about Parth?
I have no idea what Jorby's saying right now. I'm gonna be honest. He's saying a lot of numbers, and that's where he lost me.
Rebellion got a try from the blue.
Rebellion really having a tough time figuring out this FaZe Clan defense.
No one wants Shopify to win. We want FaZe. This is the FaZe waiting room. Look at that. Fake.
Another one potentially. First killer puts that wide. But time is running out. The fall open journey.
NPC opinions? What does that even mean? That's mean.
Shopify Rebellion got left. All up high. And
NPC opinions. That's just hurtful.
FaZe have been excellent on the challenge game. Rebellion chasing every ball down, but it's with FaZe control. Parth, no pass, but a light touch from Memory might set this up. 2Piece committed with Parth. He's not going to follow this one up quickly and has to rotate the whole way back. It's more time off the clock.
All right, well, they might have trolled one of the games, but this isn't losable, right, guys? FaZe doesn't lose this, right?
Lead. Not that. Missed. Back over to the corner. Less than 30 seconds to go. Granted, they only needed like 2 seconds and some extra
okay,
time
FaZe won.
Shoppa
who? Shoppa who?
You know, FaZe are not
where?
The gas in this one and playing it all the way to the very end.
10 seconds left. That's exactly what they're doing. Touch out, the net's open. First killer denied by 2Piece, but it's all a play for time. FaZe Clan clean up easy at the end of the series. Shopify Rebellion eliminated with a top 8 placement. FaZe once more, once again. You know, it rains, it pours. FaZe Clan get a top 4.
Yeah, death, taxes, and FaZe finishing top 4. That's the only certainty that you'll have in life. And FaZe Clan proved that to be the truth here. A nice win against the Shopify Rebellion, but what an effort Shopify Rebellion made, especially in that game with 1 second left on the clock, and they end up tying it up, winning in overtime.
Don't ever doubt me. I'm always right. Chonga's never wrong. Hashtag Chonga never wrong. The only thing that I was wrong about, the only thing, okay? There was only one thing, and that was when I said Energy was winning this regional. But other than that, never wrong.
In this series against FaZe, I think bodes well for them for the rest of the fall split.
Oh, certainly. I mean, this is. I think this was a big test for them. They fell a little bit short, but still getting 2 games on FaZe, and one of them.
My finals prediction is forming.
Step forward for the Shopify team Memory, who's been
imagine forming your prediction.
So long is going to take this as a huge win, and North America
in day 2
keeps getting more interesting. All the teams that are.
Nah, I thought SSU was gonna win, but I wanted Optic to win.
Getting into NA, making this region one of the most interesting and entertaining regions to watch.
And Shopify Rebellion coming up through their own NA bubble, but we got.
I mean, I feel like for people to think that Optic was gonna win over SSG is a little crazy, just because like the fact that I mean they were probably gonna lose to.
Old buddies G2. Can they get over
That's just I mean complexity.
Down this G2 roster. Find out after the break.
TNT did say it first. TNT, give it up. What do you mean no? What do you mean no? What do you mean? What do you mean no? He cheated? Nah. Alright, I'm not doing Prism. Lay, give me another word. Alright, we won't do Prism. But we'll do something else. It's close. It's good. That's not how you spell it, but that's also not because of A. I'm fucking dumb. Yeah, this song kind of go hard. I can't think of a word. I can't think. I actually can't think. Blind. Oh. Nice try. We'll see you later, James. Thanks for coming, bro. Round of applause in the chat. Some claps, some claps, some claps. Good job. Take the next word, Lay. Go. I already know what it's gonna be. I'm staring at chat. I'm waiting until there's an answer. What are you, how are you nervous? My face cam is delayed. Watch this, watch this. Disappeared! Oh, where'd I go? Where'd I go? I'm back. Ghost. Oh my god. Where? That's my microphone. It's a Shure SM7B and it's spelled like that. Why is that not right?
some usual suspects for FaZe Clan going into the top 4 here over Shopify Rebellion. It was, I think, a little bit harder than maybe some might have expected, but in the end, FaZe coming on top, a top 4 team once again here in this first go-around for the North American RLCS. Guys, let's talk about that series. James, what did you see in FaZe? How are they different with this Mist guy?
I think, I'm still waiting to see what their offensive style is going to be. We saw a lot of really good plays, especially from First Killer, I thought, which is no surprise. Typical, I thought, was taking a little bit more of a backseat. I wasn't expecting Mist to play such a huge role in the offense, also making some really good stops on defense. I think
watch
to
this.
see how
Second
good
guess
of a team defensively
I'm on.
FaZe Clan is. This was a Shopify Rebellion team that didn't get shut out at all, and then we saw multiple from FaZe. So that is a huge win for FaZe, is how good their defense is.
Oh,
but
you know,
I think
James,
that,
I'm sorry, James. I totally
go ahead, Jordan.
I thought you were done.
I
Well, I was just going to say, you know what? With Gibbs in here being like, easy 4-0 for FaZe, this is not going to be much of a problem.
I didn't say 4-0. I just said they would win comfortably, and I think they did by the end.
Well,
by the end. By the end.
He's got to tell First Killer that the game's not over until it's over. I was on his camp. He literally stopped driving in that game 4 that they lost. He just stopped driving. He's waiting for it to be over. That's not how it works.
Well, let's talk to someone that was there on the field. Roll Diz.
Oh, Roll Diz.
Welcome to your interview. Let's talk about FaZe real quick. You guys having a roster change coming in to this offseason. Talk to me about the lead up to this season.
Back,
well,
bitch.
The lead up's been hectic. Hope you all have been doing fantastically. It feels good to be back here in front of the camera, in front of thousands of people on the Rocket League channel. But yeah, the seasons for FaZe, it's been a little bit hectic. Obviously, roster changes is something that we all kind of have to deal with, and fans are excited about to see the different iterations of rosters that happen to be on the field. But for us, it's just been kind of molding Mist into our field and finding out how we're going to play with Mist involved in our offense and defense. As you guys can see, you guys pointed out the defense. So
all right, so we got to talk about FaZe because we talked about them last year, and they got like
no problem, man. No problem.
And only 2
Move
grand
Wordle.
finals.
Bro,
what is the goal
where am I
now
supposed to
with
put it,
Mist?
bro?
How many grand finals are we hitting? There's 12 tournaments before
I'm doing the Wordle.
World Championship. How many
I don't care if
grand
there's a
finals
player
will
interview.
Gibbs, is that a question?
It's a terrible question.
Gibbs. Yeah, I like to be confident here.
No one cares about Wordle. No one cares about you, but you don't see me complaining.
We hitting one as many as we can, you know what I'm saying? That is the, as long as we're not.
If I put it on my face cam, well, I guess.
Our biggest rivalry is G2, and if we're not on their side as many times, you know,
that works.
I think that matchup is like 50-50.
But it kind of
As long
cuts.
as we game plan correctly and we're confident against them.
Kind of cuts. It kind of cuts.
On G2 side, we're in every grand final.
Well, I got a question for you, Roll Days. So just watching that series,
Whatever, this is fine.
That was really my first good look at Mist on this roster. He seemed to be doing a lot, offensively and defensively. You know, with him in the mix, what is your view on the play style that this new team has? Who's doing what?
For the play style that I envision for this team, I think all 3 of them are extremely gifted mechanical players. And it's to take the space that they have to create plays with it. I want them to implement a lot more demos. I think demos is extremely meta. As you can see, teams like Optic, SSG specifically kind of running through this. Even
Give me a word where there is ILT with an O.
Now, it's just an iteration of everything. I don't want us to have
Pilot.
Play style.
PILOT.
Adjust and adapt to many teams and how they approach, because it's always a
Shazam or
between
WTV
teams at a high level of
on Sentinels was dropped and found out on stream.
Struggle against other teams and then dominate.
No, I
against,
didn't hear that.
Third place team.
I watch Shazam all the time, or I like
at the
Shazam.
top, it's just play style clashing. So I just want
Pilot
us to
was
be as
it.
adjustable
You're
as
welcome.
Oh, Rolled is, FaZe is one of their biggest criticisms last season were vibes. We're talking a lot about on the field, but also behind the mics with
No problem.
FaZe. Adding you as the coach has obviously done a lot for vibes. But
What's
tell
up,
me, with
Surge?
Mist joining the roster, AJ out, Mist in. How has that affected the atmosphere? Like, what's the atmosphere like with Mist on the team? How's that affected First Killer and Typical?
Well, with the new player, you're always gonna have a different level or different vibes. It's just a new atmosphere. So everything starts out at a 0 slate. Like, it's just a completely different team. the vibes are just neutral until like you start playing, and then you start to mold the vibes after that. The vibes have been immaculate so far. These players, they want to play with Miz. They're excited to play with Miz. They respect Miz super highly, and as you can see on the field, the kid is incredible. So we're all excited to play with Miz, and the vibes. I mean, we're just screaming every single time.
Slept in. 12:45. Yeah, that's understandable. Dude, if you're West, that kind of sucks having to wake up early for RLCS.
Rlcs, thank you for coming on, man. Any closing thoughts or anything you want to say before we let you go?
Nah, I miss you.
Yeah.
But,
hey, we miss you too, Raul. We miss you too.
Other than that, I'm enjoying it over here. You know what I'm saying? FaZe fans, thank you for the support. Shout out to my squad, and FaZe up.
You're natural in that coaching role, Diz. Just want to say, man, you look like a coach.
Thanks for coming on, man. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Gibbs will pick up the hands
No.
up. We got to work on that. Don't do that ever again.
I got it now. I got it.
I just want to say though, Rlcs, I mean, I love the answer when we were talking about the play style. This is what it's going to take.
First at 10 a.m., dude, just get up, forehead.
Top 4 finishes, and you saw them start to bring out those demos, go for those bumps. They were showing a lot of different looks, and Rlcs is right. That is what it takes to make it to the top.
Yeah.
No.
Playoff bracket really quick, because I just wanted to mention that the World Championship that we just had 2 months ago, the 3 teams in the top side of that bracket were all top 4 at the World Championship. We are left with G2 versus Furia, 2 top 4 teams at the World Championship. Now everyone's in North America. It's a huge party, and every single match is going to be insane.
Yeah, I'm actually salty about this, Gibbs.
Yeah,
I'm a little upset just to see.
No.
Everyone, I got the stereotype that I'm an NRG fan. It's true. I'm kind of upset that NRG had to play Genji and then Furia. They are so good.
Okay, enough about NRG.
This is not here. What is? My brain. If you would have told me this was happening like a
Might
year
do
ago,
legit for info.
That is too wild. That's not a timeline that'll happen.
Let's jump to the next matchup. James, Dazzer, you guys always talk about NRG. We're talking about new teams here.
FaZe Gibbs. I could do both hands at the same time. I'm a freaking G. Wait.
Furia G2.
They showed the new decal?
You guys were just talking about it. Gibbs, that's a great point talking about these teams being at the top.
Were they doing that for all the other teams?
In that grand final. Same rosters as last year.
My bad.
Jorby.
Why you gotta start with me? Why you
Oh wait, I haven't seen these.
What do you mean you're gonna start with me on this?
Guys, I sneeze. What?
No.
Dude, that looks so clean.
Gibbs. Because we know what Jorby's gonna do. Give me your.
Oh, Adidas on his
I get it. World Championship.
I want this. I want this. I want this. I want this.
Now, where it's been troublesome when it's versus the top teams. One of them they bounce out of.
You can gift a prime. You can't gift a prime unless you just sub yourself.
At the 3-2 round, Furia has not looked like World Championship Furia, or maybe LAN Team Furia, and that's maybe more important because I think when you're online playing in,
I want them. I want
you
them.
really have to show up on the final day, right? That's where you're gonna have really tough matches. But when you're in North America, you have to show up every single day, and Furia is gonna be tough. But so far, they have survived. So that is a good point. But now they
Surge.
have to because of that 3-2
Gifting subs.
Verizon fan vote. Hold on, Jorby. I'll let you bark in a second.
We're at 50 subs. We're at 50 subs.
Verizon fan vote. Hashtag
High five.
FUR for Furia. Hashtag G2.
There you go.
G2. That's easy enough. If you want to vote.
Thank you, Surge.
Right now.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that a lot.
I want to also hear your prediction.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know people think that I'm just going to be full bore Homer Furia here, but here's the thing. I acknowledge that the move to North America is not without its problems. It is a stronger region top to bottom.
Look at that, Surge. That's from the power of youth. Thank you, man. I do appreciate the sub.
That are capable of playing against high-level players. All of those teams they played, Dignitas, Luminosity, these guys have played.
Okay, Lay, I'm gonna let you down. Oh my god. Chat, you ready for this easy 10?
Mechanical teams. Where do Furia fall short? They fall short. What did Rlcs just get done talking about? The demo meta.
I love myself. And I hate you, Paula.
In the top 8.
Hate you.
And that is, I casted every single Furia match in qualifiers, okay? That's definitely the issue for Furia. Rlcs is telling me that G2 are implementing more demos into their game. That scares me. But here's the thing. Third time's the charm, all right? They lost in the winter, they lost in the spring, and I'm done dealing with this. Bona Furia, you're gonna win against G2 this time. You're gonna get your first top 4. It's gonna happen.
This is how you spell it, but...
James, real quick, prediction here.
you know, King Card was stopping every single shot that NRG was throwing at him, and Yan, he's just so good. Kyle as well offensively. I love watching Fury. I think
Kyle
he's
scored the
such a
most
threat.
goals over the last 2 weeks, by the way.
Yeah, he's been a beast, and if Furia can beat NRG,
No.
they're definitely top 2. It's got to be Gen G and Furia in the grand finals. I'm on full copium. I'm going Furia. They're taking down.
Dude, imagine if it's Gen G and Fury in the finals. They just come to the region and they run it.
G2.
Yes, G2. Come on.
That's a Furia vote. Let's
Put
go,
it
guys.
down for G2. It's not Furious time quite yet. They will get into it. I think G2 is going to be the better team here today. Let's see what the chat.
This is gonna be a good
in their
series.
vote. It is
Hard to predict this one.
56% in favor of G2. Very, very close.
I hope Furia
I'm
wins,
hearing
though.
that these players are ready to go. 2 titans of their region come together.
Chat, why am I the only one doing this Wordle, guys? Where's the teamwork at here?
And Furia. Let's get over to the Verizon Skybox with
I didn't realize I was solo queuing Wordle.
and Dazzler. Take it away, boy.
What's going on, guys?
Well.
You tired of use brain? That's kind of messed up, man.
Another day, Daz. I gotta
Do my
put you
own
on
world?
the
That's kind of
hot seat.
cringe when you could be doing it with the
What do you got
stream, bro.
Well, listen.
Kind of
There's only one
cringe.
team I think can win, and that's going to be in one of these teams because honestly, they're all both really good. Looking at this one, it's really hard to make
This is the first
distinction
Dazzering cast.
between G2 and Furia. We've
Look at that
seen
Fury on land.
really show up and have a lot of highlight moments, but we've also seen them struggle in NA. I think G2 are the favorites coming into this matchup, but we'll see how these teams play when they're on the field.
Furia has done just enough to get to this point. They're into the top 8 bracket. Can they
Double.
do enough to
Oh!
survive here? Oh, what a save!
What a
But
double
Kyle's there to clean
almost.
it up after Card nearly scored a nearly impossible angle.
I mean, look at this for Card, just getting that double.
Bruh.
Forces that tough save from Chicago, and the way Kyle follows up is the way Furia plays. Full steam ahead as they get the first goal.
Bro, I just saw your vid.
Surprise it all to
Yeah.
see Furia press
Well,
the
we
issue.
farm
This is
clips.
what they do. Sometimes it gets them into a little bit of trouble. They're still adapting to that North American style.
It's funny because I remember that clip
For a 1-0
exactly.
lead. Chicago looking for JNaps. Couldn't get the pass away cleanly, so Atomic has to intercept in midfield, but Jan's got that challenge.
Yeah, is that his
Now
name?
leaves
Or
JNaps all
is your
alone.
brother him?
And Chicago comes back to help him out, so G2 avoids any disaster there. But now they've got to reset defensively as
No.
was threatening.
Cringe.
And this is kind of
Oh,
in disarray. Atomic will get
God.
credit
Oh,
after the
God.
entire
Oh, no.
Furia defense was bullied around by Chicago.
My brother's name is
You can see
Justin.
again,
NRG
hesitation,
Justin.
and again, this jump here, Kyle just trying to get that read off the back wall, ends up own goaling there. A little bit of panic set in because G2, once they start.
It's all good. It's back to 0-0.
push, sometimes they can cause some disruptions, force a couple errors.
What is it? Kaio has put both goals in so far in this particular game. One on either net. Here goes Yan. Flip reset. Trying to
Chad,
get
is
in
my
front
camera
of
too
JNaps
dark?
as well. But Naps there for the save. Coming oh so close for the second time. Trying to lift that World Championship trophy in Fort Worth. Fell short, of course, for
Better?
Team BDS. Here's Yan to the crossbar.
I looked
and
away.
through JNaps.
And it's in.
2-1 Furia.
The mechanical
Let me see it.
mastermind, and when he's in the air like that,
Mm.
you gotta put a hand
Oh.
on the faster Atomic. Able to get
Oh.
the flip reset into the dunk, crossbar down and in.
Yeah, okay.
That player, you gotta keep your eyes on this entire series long. If he gets
Chad, if you guys are
free
ever
space in
looking
the
at my
air,
camera and you think that it's too bright, you think it's too dark, anything like that, you guys could always tell me and I'll look at it, please, because like I can't really tell. It's more like I'm just predicting if it's good or not. So I would appreciate that if you guys ever notice.
Mountain again as Kaio will bounce one to the corner. Chicago's right there, not the touch he was looking for at all.
I could make it even brighter if it needs to be.
Kind of worked out because Kaio and Card couldn't get on the same page.
I thought that was in.
Who was going to send this ball in?
You can tell when you
You
look
don't
at him.
expect G2 to make a mistake like that.
Exactly, but also you can see that hesitation too from Furia because again that forced a backflip from Card and Kyle, like you said. A lot of these teams have expectations of success.
I don't know.
Imagine Jan going up for
What
flip
you
and
just
going
asked
off
me
the
makes
flip.
no sense.
JNaps has one there.
I'm also not gonna be thinking about your Wordle.
So these teams kind of rely on that.
You either help me with my Wordle or I don't help you with
Or a
yours.
accidental whiff comes out, it
That's
throws
right.
the whole flow. But meanwhile, G2
That's
trying
right.
to get back into this game. We're
I'm watching
halfway through game
RLC.
number one, and Chicago
That was a good shot.
able to put that one in to tie us all back up.
Reed in the right place at the right time, hanging around on the back wall. Kaio saw him there and
it's a
tried
good shot.
to get there, but just not fast enough. Chicago barely
Let's go,
out of his
Furia.
reach. And right at the halfway mark, G2 and Furia have nothing separating them. Jan with a full tank of boost. He'll defer to Card. That means he's got to get back and play this ball. Maybe unexpectedly. Didn't have much of a plan with
Nice
that.
pop. Jan, bomb, nice try.
And JNAP's there for the save. That could have been disastrous.
30-minute overtime.
G2 defensively, but
I could see that. I could see that.
Chicago, big clear needed. Right down the middle. Kaio's got this. We'll see if G2 can get some sustained pressure as Card has the save across. Nobody on the weak side for Chicago's ball. And JNAPS doesn't have anybody to pass to either, so he'll just try to play it to space and delay. And has done so successfully. A little floater almost found its way through.
I think they tried to pinch. I don't know.
They were low on boost when that drive began. Yan here, he pulls out 2. So now JNAP's going to be needed again. You see Card just hunting him, looking
Thanks for watching my video, Brandon, if you still hear me.
Kaio's able to win that challenge, but not in a quick enough time. G2's able to get boosted up. Keep an eye on those boost totals as things move forward. JNAP's with a chance. Bar down Atomic.
Oh.
No! Unable to finish is G2.
Interesting.
It looked like they could have took the lead there.
Shades of Optic earlier. Just hit everything except the net.
That's in. Good shot.
Through. You want something done right, you got to do it yourself. The veteran sticks it top left.
Look at this. Kaio, he's trying to get the high ball so Card can follow it up, but not the touch he wanted. You can see JNAPS quick to see that. Reads the play perfectly. Great shot from Naps to give G2 the lead.
1:17 to go. And Kaio racing Chicago to the corner. Chicago got the boost, but then ate a demolition. Here goes JNAPS with Atomic going underneath.
Oh my God, how is that out?
Could not get the shot at the last moment. It's deflected off the crossbar. But now Chicago with a good win. He's got JNAPS to his left. Only Card to beat as Jan races back. He will get there in time, and Card doing well in the corner to keep Furia in this game here. Still down only a goal. 45 seconds left with the demolition on
Where's the
Kaio.
best car?
And now Card.
I don't really think there really is a best car, but Octane for sure.
It's come up completely empty, and this has turned into a hot mess. Atomic sending one off to the corner.
Really all just depends on how you feel, I think.
Successfully burned about 10, maybe 15 seconds off the clock, barely even touching the ball.
G2 looking to hold on to possession to end this game. Final 20 seconds in regulation. And again, you're going to look back at what happened towards the end of that, where Yan just doesn't get a touch on the ball. You knew he had the boost, but he just didn't even follow up to make the play. Can he make one now as he tries to lead this ball downfield? Kaio gets beat out. They're both in the orange corner. Meanwhile, G2 taking their time, running out the clock. Chicago carrying it all the way downfield, but will it hit the ground? It will. Game 1.
Cringe. Sorry.
That was a great finishing sequence from Chicago as well.
Think about the Fennec? I think it's all right.
Initially deep in his own corner. That forced Card from challenging to turn all the way around at midfield, expecting the big
It's not
clear,
Hitler. Hitler is too many letters, okay?
Chicago bought himself the entire field to work with, brings that down to ground. G2 just outfoxes Furia in game 1, but it's game 1 of a possible 7 here. Batman.
So I was thinking like empty, but it can't be empty.
They're gonna definitely look at the cameras here from just kind of seeing those initial reactions. But I think I really enjoyed looking at this matchup head to head because both teams.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that.
You see G2 swarming, Atomic.
I mean, you were featuring in it a lot.
JNAP's a lot of open space. That's kind of the same thing for Furia. We saw again their initial goal, that full charge.
I don't even know if that was a word.
A lot of belief in both these teams on the offensive pitch. But as game 2 comes through,
I'm light ass, right?
They're going to be the big difference maker here as these two Titans.
I don't put shots in that my teammates score a lot, like unless it's like a pass that I do. I wonder if I should just do that to farm content. But I feel like I don't know. People would realize my teammates are all better than me.
On the aggression so far,
and they would stop watching me.
All the time in the world, Jan waiting, and he waited just enough to be able to make the save And Fury
Yeah, I guess if it's
barely
crazy
keep
enough.
G2 off the board in the first 30
Because like I
seconds.
have like filler shots that I put in my YouTube stuff, like stuff that like I would never use like in a montage or anything, right? Oh, but that's just in. Roll it in, baby. Bubbly or Stormwatch? I probably prefer Stormwatch.
He's got almost all of them for Furia. 16 in the tournament. Closing in on Card's lead. Of course, he almost scored his 20th with that great effort early on in game 1. There's Atomic. Looking across for JNaps.
Is Bubbly what Atomic's using,
So
right?
Chicago's
That's
gotta take
Bubbly.
over. Got the shot off, but it's set high and out by Kaio. Follow up here.
Yeah, I don't like that
JNaps.
decal at all. I know a lot of people use it, but I don't like it.
Any time to rest at all as G2 holds the majority of possession in this series. Atomic now launch another towards the Furia cage, and Kaio up to the ceiling. Just doesn't have much to work with there. There's nobody to pass to. Oh, G2 in his face constantly.
Now we need, chat. We need Furia to win, right? Like that's who we're rooting for. Who are we rooting for mutually here? I'm thinking of Furia. Vamos. Okay, we got some Furia lovers in here.
And we've seen it time and time again.
Bro, if Furia wins though, FaZe doesn't win against Furia. They've never won against Furia. And FaZe is always placed in top 4.
Furia is the type of
That's a
team
good placement.
we like to call survivors.
I have a question. I got an answer.
There, Kaio and Yan coming down to the same spot to deflect that shot away. And now Kaio.
Bro, literally, TNT, you literally told me that you don't want G2 to win. You don't care if anyone else wins besides G2. And now you're typing, let's go G2?
Yan comes up empty for a second
Best
touch,
standard
and
color? I don't know.
away, but Cards
Are you asking, like, in Rocket League, or are you asking me, like, IRL?
a tick behind a little bit here in G2's pace.
They're a tick behind Stacks, but they're also a goal in the lead, and they're looking at another one. You see,
Like standard boost? Like what's the best standard boost color? I don't know. Honestly, that depends on the color car. Honestly, like normal standard is pretty good though. Yeah, Loki, if you have like a purple car, like having a purple boost is cool. That's just in.
JNaps probably wishing every clear end up right in his lap like that one. Right place. Perfectly spotted. Right at the halfway mark, we're tied.
I feel like the regular boost goes with anything though.
It was G2 that broke the deadlock in that opening game.
Now then, if your car is like black, like if you have an old NRGT color or something, you could do any color and it goes good.
Card as well. It took a full team effort to get that ball away from JNaps. And now here goes Atomic. He's lost possession. And Yan, little baby pinch downfield that Chicago's able to corral, and JNaps only as far as Kaio. Just seems like we're waiting for maybe the floodgates to
Oh my god.
Oh, what a touch. And Yan getting some help from the inside of the post, delivering that ball right to him to clear away, but G2 gonna be wondering how they're not in the lead right now.
I mean, that was an incredible angle from Atomic. Almost able to put that one in. And yeah, you're right, G2 would have been in the lead. I mean, even despite this, with all their pressure and all their shots, I mean, they have 9 shots to 3 right now. Furia has not been able to have too many offensive opportunities. They're trying to make one here, but G2 are prepared for it. It's been the same strategy all over the course of this game. Furia have that solo play. Someone gets a flip reset plates to the back wall. G2's been ready for that every single time. They got
Furia, please.
Yan has been driving almost at a figure 8 at his own back line, waiting for his opportunity to come up, and he finally does. And the ball ends up right back at his net. Card with his 3rd save. And now JNaps in front.
Game 2, get it? I don't really get it, no.
And Yan has to make the save. He's got a savior medal as well. Now finally Yan can break out.
Dude.
And Atomic is right there to corral this effort. And JNaps waiting over on the side for the pass to come to him. Still a tie game here inside 50 seconds now. As Chicago,
I have something in my eye.
looking to set up Atomic, and he peeled off. And now he's going to race back.
Furia scores here.
Boost at least. And Yan's got the
They don't
pinch,
score
but
here.
nobody there diving in.
This one ticking down. Furia
Left?
looking for a way
Oh,
to
no
break
shot.
out. Yan On the solo, once again.
How do you say left in
JF
Spanish?
Has to try to beat Atomic here on this clear. Gets a bump on Atomic. Kyle comes up, but he's not fast enough. Card gets a misread on that, has to retreat, and G2 can hold on to pressure here until the time ticks down. They're in the perfect position to.
Well, I guess they. What does Furia speak? Do they speak Spanish or Portuguese? I don't remember. It's Portuguese, right?
Helps them to make this clearance here.
Doesn't exist, really.
Final shot of regulation coming here is Kaio. Couldn't get that ball centered. Jan will have a look. This headed downward. It will touch down. We get our first overtime of our last match.
I hate Atomic's cam.
Someone goes through into the semifinals at the end of all of this. Will it be Furia surviving and advancing again, or does G2 hold serve? Yan racing downfield and Atomic.
I don't know what I'm reading much at.
I'm not gonna lie, Stacks. G2 had so much pressure that game. I thought they were in the lead. Next thing I know, we're in overtime. I could have sworn another one of those would have went in for G2, but that's what I'm saying. They've had all this opportunity to do it. And
I looked away. I looked away again, and it's in.
As you got ahead of the script just a little bit, it's G2 up 2. Another 1-goal victory. And we'll see if Furia takes a timeout at 2 wins or if they continue to wait.
Daricha.
Looking at this one, that was also the first overtime, by the way. G2 has played
I love you,
in this
Cassie.
event so far.
That doesn't surprise me. They
it was
seem like they're on another level, almost like they're really
Chat, what
on
is
the
this word?
redemption tour.
I can see it was being so close to winning the world championship and then having the performance that they had. This G2 roster seems to have refined themselves, and it does look like they're back this season with
can't say that word, bro.
They are back. They are well and truly determined, but this is still the very first event of the season. It is a long, long road.
Sorry, it's okay.
A long road just to get to Rotterdam. Forget the
Did not know. It's
majors
okay.
And of course, the World Championship at the
Joker.
end of it all.
Oh, that's a good one.
Off to a good start so far here in the quarterfinals.
That's such a bad one, bro.
No timeout from Furia here after 2. So they'll keep that in their pocket, perhaps for game 3 if things don't go their way. Give themselves a little more time as we go to the iconic backdrop of DFH Stadium.
It's Rower.
Third game could be eventually match point for G2 unless Furia can turn it around. We've seen
what is a rower?
We've seen that they've been able to score early. They've been able
Oh
to
no, I'm just pissed
pressure,
off, bro.
the full 5-minute game together. They're going to do it again. No, Chicago deflecting one off the crossbar, keeping Furia from an early goal again.
And again, Furia, like you said, Furia with those early goals, but that's why.
Wish I had an Xbox. Just kidding, I don't.
Whenever their opponent scores first.
Do wish I had a PlayStation though. It'd be cool to play some PlayStation exclusive games.
This game off with a hot streak. I mean, this G2 roster is just so good. When you look at the numbers, when you look at just them on paper, and for Furia having to break through all of that statistical narrative behind G2, that's a tough task to make.
One of the first times we were really turned on to this Furia
Oh,
team.
Furia's not getting swept. Calm down.
Some of the things Johnny Boy was saying about them heading into the fall major last season. As JNAPS pops one away, said, these guys are probably more mechanical than G2. Of course, that was a slightly different G2 squad at the time. And everybody kind of started rolling their eyes like, all right, yeah, Johnny Boy hitting on North America again. And then we got to see this Furia team play, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. There might be something to this. They are a team that certainly thrills with their speed and their efficiency, but they're up against it right now with a very tough and a very different G2 squad from a year ago at this point. Kaio, not fast enough to stop JNAPS, and Card will just launch one back where JNAPS is waiting for it again.
Yan on the ball.
Oh!
Kaio. It's a slow roller, but it's not in. Yan tries to turn.
If that had like power behind it, it would have been clean.
You would have thought that would have been the one there for Furia, but unfortunately it just goes
CWCH, CW.
Popped up for Chicago. He's had a couple brilliant redirects so far.
It does.
Nothing net worth this time. But all the pressure belongs to G2 now. JNAPS launches another one back in. Atomic and Chicago in formation behind. And now Atomic out of the corner, got around one, and
Nice save.
Right there, but just not fast enough. Furia this time.
Ooh.
Fast enough to stop G2 for now as that goes back out to the corner. But the buzzards are certainly swirling around here. Gotta get a big clear. Card finally does. And despite the demo on Yan, that's gotta relieve a lot of pressure.
Oh, yeah, that
True.
is gonna relieve pressure for only for a moment. Is it right? Furia are just
Not only no vowels in 3 letters, but as there's also 2 of the same letters, and we got 3 out of 4 potential.
Even some of these boost grabs been important in maintaining again control of the ball. JNap's almost slotting it. Atomic, no, too far wide on that one. And finally, some more space will be given. Maybe Furia can muster up an attack. I say that, but JNaps is in the air so early, and G2 back on the offensive push again.
It has to be mentally exhausting to play against a team
Nice.
like
Double,
G2.
double.
Here's Card.
Oh.
Bang, bang.
Holy, who's saving that?
Card comes up big. Yan pops it up. Flip reset into the demo.
Damn.
Through the explosion. Card comes out of nowhere. Puts it
That
on the
was
top left.
dude. Furia is just some peekers, is all it is, bro.
Finally for Card, he gets his first goal of this series. And Yan was looking for one of his own.
No, I got a
Gets the
shit.
demolition instead.
That thing went straight through your pants, huh?
To stop him from even launching. And now Card lining up
Oh,
another.
close.
Chicago's got this save just over the crossbar. Yan can't get around Chicago, but maybe Kaio can around Atomic. It bounces right down to JNap's and the little wave dash to try and get that around Card.
Nice bump. Good. Touch. No, not greatest. Oh my god, imagine JNap slots that. Why is Furia just the best team to watch, bro? They just are. No, this is Rocket League time. I'm not here to think about Wordle. Mid-game.
Atomic. Oh, he had it and he dunks it through as well.
Sheesh.
From Atomic to tie the game.
And that's why you can't count them out until the clock is 0, because then you get this.
Wow.
They try for the save, but you gotta be able
Wow,
to stop
wow,
that
wow.
Atomic. G2 tie it up.
Every youth basketball parent yelling, follow your shot. Atomic does this time. Tie game. JNap's now around Card, and Atomic will hit JNap's indirect. With Chicago coming up as well. No way. A well-oiled machine. Oh,
The word is filth. F-I-L-T-H.
If Chicago would have scored that, I would have jumped out my chair, Stacks.
I thought about it. Time to focus up on Rocket League, though.
Lit up here in the final minutes of the game is phenomenal. See so many close displays of mechanical prowess as Yan takes to the skies again, forcing JNaps to go up early. He gets the flip reset over him, but Chicago maintains control of the ball. Final 30 seconds. We're tied up in game 3. The series has been close so far, but who's going to have the edge? Right now, it's G2 looking to finish. JNaps beats 1, but Kyle's back in time. No strong shot chances coming out from G2 as clock ticks down.
Card had kind of a late break on that effort from JNaps as well. Maybe Furia a little fortunate to still be in a tie game here. So that bounces a quick read by Yan. With only 3 seconds left, Chicago throw it to the back wall.
This is a really important game. Furia really needs to win.
He'll decide if we go to overtime. Of course we do. So G2's going to play back-to-back overtimes. Their first 2 of the event. They get an early OT winner in game 2. They're on the attack again briefly with Yan setting this right back.
It's such a big game for Furia. You know that, you know, they win this one, they're going to get the momentum, but also it's just the fact that, again, if they go to match point here against G2, it would take a strong effort for them to try to reverse sweep. Atomic was so close, though, to putting it on match point. If he would have got that bump a second earlier, the shot would go in. He's going to try to finish it himself, but Yan comes through to make the save.
This is a team we know is very capable of playing from
Listen.
Rio down in a series.
Wow. Cringe. Cringe.
Rolls one through into an empty net. Thanks to Chicago.
Cringe.
Taking out Card.
You can see it, the demo comes through. Toodaloo, the net's wide open. And G2 able to put this series on match point. Furia, you know, they started, or they activated, I should say, a little bit later on into the game. They finally were successful on offense. It looked like they had everything going for them. But G2 kept fighting. Atomic lit up. Chicago getting involved.
It's not going to be this word.
Of course,
Oh, I actually can't, though.
Forcing now a timeout here for Furia as they are on their last leg, last life here in the Fall Open.
3 very important points on the line here. The difference between
It gotta be. It's not ICH. It can't end in. It can't end in ICH.
And the potential for more as we continue on.
It can't be I as the second letter. It can't.
So an important timeout for Fury to take here to try and get on the same page and figure out how they are going to erase a 3-0 deficit against, let's face it, Daz, this is looking like the
He's gonna spell
mighty
Itachi.
G2 that we were accustomed to near the end of last season.
Yeah, G2 just look like a team that can't be beat at this point. They've been practicing, they've been refining the already dominant skills that they've had over the course of last season. And the way that they've shown up in this tournament has been nothing short of
What do you mean?
Now it's just about...
Yeah, I was thinking about the player.
But we'll see what Furia have here in this particular timeout. Definitely have to talk things over, because even though Furia changed up the shot possession, the shot amount in that last game, it still felt like G2 had an edge and had a semblance of control there. And Furia ended up, there's some mistakes that are made, but G2,
dude, what?
I mean, after Atomic scored that goal to equalize,
It's either it ends in a C.
played on another level, a completely different pace, completely different speed. And they made short work of that. For Fury to be able to stop G2, I mean, that's the question all of North America's been trying to answer in terms of their competition. We'll see if they have what it takes.
Yeah, again, the first half of, for the most part, the first half of these games.
It is.
Belong to Furia.
All right. Listen, Serge got it right, but I didn't read chat though. But I did get it right. But you can pick it. Even though usually, like I guess it without looking at chat, you can pick the next one.
That last game, though, as you mentioned, Daz, end of regulation, felt a lot closer. But it still wasn't enough. Utopia Coliseum now the backdrop.
Give me the word, Serge.
Game 4 could be our last
Give me the
match
word.
of Saturday. We'll find out as they kick
Not a
it off
word.
one more time.
Chicago already off to a good start. Keeping up that possession. G2 always do so well off those initial kickoffs. Being able to grab control of the ball, play things in their favor. Let's see what Carr can do. Oh, he can get that double, but it's
he got bombed off.
Could have been a great chance there for Carr to start things off on the hot foot for Furia. He's had a pretty good series so far in terms of individual performances, but that one.
I'm not here to help Kasu. We're in Rocket League mode. I've helped too much.
Lucky to some degree to win an event like this.
That's a clean double.
On any other day, G2 might have a different outlook of this series against Furia. We've seen a few of those kind of free runs to the backboard not result in goals that most of the time do for Furia. Jan coming through here, and Atomic takes that right away from the corner all the way across into the Furia end of the field. Card, good first touch. He can continue to control this. Looking for the flip reset and just could not quite activate it. And Chicago swats this ball well away from Yan and out of the reach of Card as well, so that slows him down and almost made him make a choice between boost and ball. And that little hesitation has led to all of this pressure from G2.
That was an insane pass play that will never go in. But man, if it did, Gibbs would have put that on the top plays for sure. But seeing G2, seeing that pressure come out, seeing the fact that they're able, even with all that speed, to find each other.
Yeah, that typical shot was still probably one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Is it fantastic for them? Great start so far, but we're still tied up here. Pace of game has slowed down a bit. As Furia looks for a way in. You see Yan with the pass, but it's cut out by JNaps.
Here comes the great one. Tayo trying to roll one by Chicago. At least slowed him down and was able to yoink that boost away from him. Now Card with Yan in front. Yan's got to dive in here instead because Card lost the plot. And Atomic will send this ball away. JNaps waiting in behind him as well as a safety insurance policy.
Yeah, G2 is definitely dominating.
Furia resets, trying to regain, get one on the board at the mid.
That's what I'm saying with Furia though. Like some of these games were like kind of close. Like Furia definitely could have won some of these. But like I feel like when Furia wins, they don't win convincingly. Like they win really scrappy. But they always find a way.
Was in the backfield too as that play was going on, looking for a
Dude, why is that funny, TNT?
Now Yan last back. Atomic tried to pre-jump him, but Yan gets a pass. He picks up this mid.
What's so funny about that?
Gonna leave this for Card. Yeah, play a litlittle bit further back here, letting Card and Kaio kind of take the push. Again, 2 minutes remain. No one able to stop this stalemate that we've seen so far in Utopia Coliseum.
Sorry, man. Put some respect on their name. Because they don't get swept. They reverse sweep, baby. Let's see, baby. Let's go.
Look at this. Yan playing it across. No one saw Kaio until it was too late. Just under the bar. Puts all the power behind that one. Furia set the tone, but they've been doing that, Stacks. Now it's about if they can weather the storm coming.
Reverse sweep.
G2.
Yeah. Furia fans, you can thank me later. Because I'm not a jinx. Changa never wrong. You ready? Watch this.
It's Card playing that one back, and Chicago for Atomic. And
Okay, I got scared for a second.
Saved by Yan. As here goes Card and Furia trying to extend their lead. Nobody has had a 2-goal lead in this series.
That's crazy. Nobody's had a 2-goal lead, and they're on match point.
Clear it out. Furia trying to extend their lead. G2.
No, I don't jinx them.
So to speak, but all they need is one good breakout chance. Furia trying not to give it to them at all.
This still goes to a game 7. I'm telling you guys. Like I'm telling you. G2 can't close out games, and Furious know how to put on a show. It's over.
He's a difference maker for sure. Just over a minute to go. The biggest lead for anybody in this series. Can they get one back on their side? Important kickoff to make sure they don't concede.
That was a good shot, actually. I didn't even react to it because I was too busy talking about how I didn't jinx him.
And G2 has to scramble now in the final minute.
Dude, scoring on Yan with his preset kind of cringe. Can't lie.
Furia, though, not letting G2 get out of their own half. They're going to try to smother them until the clock hits 0. JNF, not a chance. Cut out. Kaio has Card midfield. Can he give it to him? This is going to be Yan here with a free chance for the shot. Plays it high, forcing Atomic up. Card trying to beat JNF, but cannot. Chicago able to put it in his space. It's Atomic versus Yan here, 1v1, and it's beat
nice.
Out. Going the other way.
Game 7, here we come.
They might have to look towards the next game, Stacks, because Furia are closing the door on this one. Only 15 seconds left, and a 2-goal lead for Furia.
Card will throw into the backboard, and Kaio
GG's.
will put the finishing touches on a brilliant act of survival and defiance.
It's the final. Give me a word. Give me a word, Serge.
3 to go here, as we'll tick off the final 8 seconds in a moment.
Final countdowns. Do-do-do-do.
It's just the start to a long road if they want to turn this series around. G2 definitely going to look to make some changes, but right now, Furia take this game for there will be no sweep in this matchup.
Teams that take a 3-0 lead in a best-of-7 here in North America, 234-2 in those series. I know because I was part of the 2. So here we are, 1 down for Furia, and you certainly like what you saw from Furia as the second half of that game went on, because it's what they lacked for the 3 games leading up to that point.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird take, TNT. Why would you even say that?
Keep pressure on for a full 5 minutes, and that time it felt like, yeah, sure, a little bit of back and forth early on. G2 probably should have had a couple that came a lot closer to the net than they did. Furia capitalizes, and then as they weather the storm, they put a brilliant performance together in the second half.
I think it's really just the thought behind how Furia moved the ball around in that last game that made the biggest difference there from them.
Like,
game time. The fact of,
no, Kasu, it's game time.
Almost a big start there for Kaio.
It's my Wordle or no Wordle.
Every single game, Furia have either scored
bad.
or threatened to do so. As Card was threatening a redirect there, and Atomic got in his way. JNAB, Chicago.
Oh my God, what a shot.
Oh, it looked like Kaio might have gotten to it, but Chicago gives G2 the lead this time.
Look at this redirect from Reed. The power behind it. Off the post and in. Well done,
What do you mean
Chicago.
GG, bro?
G2 strike first this time.
This is 4 minutes and 40 seconds. You're sounding like your ranked teammates right now, bro. Oh yeah, it's the CRL ego shit taking over.
Give it to Card, but Card still won the challenge.
No, I forgot.
Now Yan not going to be able to stay with this play. And that's got to be the key for Fury, too. They've got to get him on the ball a lot more often. He's been away from the ball quite a bit. He's been hovering around the defensive line as he's got to jump in front of J-Naps here. Last line of defense.
What does Vio I mean?
Ooh. And Card helping as well. But they cannot let G2 get that close and that comfortable.
But the last time someone said personally I wouldn't take that to TNT, he said that he was going to murder my family.
Unable to. Atomic's going to try to clear this downfield. He gets it to the midfield line. G2, one of 2 teams who are undefeated.
TNT.
First at 7-0.
Oh, what a save. Watch this. This is in their net. Oh, I knew it. I just knew it. He gets the ball. He gets a flip it in.
My goodness. Catch.
Jesus. Looking like me, bro. Looking like me. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Good luck. Goes right to Chicago here from the kickoff. Oh, the best case scenario is he goes over Card. Kaio's waiting, and Yan will just pound one away. It just seems like the game goes in slow motion for him.
Oh.
He's in the zone, and Kaio making the save.
Dude, Furia just always has the best series, man.
Chicago being Mickey is a scary sight. Atomic tried to see if he get that flip out. Back pass to J-Naps, keeping the pressure, forcing Yan up. Yan, no, with a miss. Kaio.
Okay.
Goal line saving time, but this gives so much control to G2.
There's some mistakes you cannot afford to make. And Furia almost got punished for that one.
I mean, every game has been pretty close. They've been like 1-goal games. I mean, the scoreline doesn't give it like justice, you know?
Over top of Yan. He's got Kaio to his right now. Hard off the corner. Second touch almost. Here's Card. Free reign. And
what
his
the?
double. No. Leave it for Yan. 2-1.
The Furia force in full effect.
You'll never hit that. Dude, Prism, why would you be so mean to me? What the heck?
Crazy counterattack for Furia. Despite all that pressure G2 had, and despite how uncomfortable they made Furia look, they recovered, and now they have the lead.
That's just mean.
It's J-Naps right at Yan.
Shit's just hurtful.
And another big win over Atomic.
Being honest, you agree with him?
One challenge.
I'll never beat anything, chat.
As this goes right to J-Naps. Card
no, I'm sad.
And Card with the win out to the corner. Everybody jammed up there for Furia. They'll disperse. Card's got Yan.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And Yan does it again.
Oh.
It's a hat trick.
Look at this for Furia. They had it
I watch YouTube. All right, make sure you watch my YouTube channel. I uploaded a video yesterday. I'd appreciate it, actually.
Unbelievable stuff here from Furia. The way they've been able to flip this game around
Good, Brandon.
in their favor.
Banger video. Thanks, guys.
The first goal. And from there, a natural hat trick for Yan. Yan's in the way here. Had a savior medal. The only thing he hasn't done is pick up assists.
I mean, G2 is always like historically bad at closing out games. So like,
this goes out to the corner. More time wasted.
You know,
2 minutes now. That gets almost around Chicago. Got the demolition as well. J-Naps left to contend with Kaio, who just killed that ball right in front.
Dude, of course I put the hoop ceiling. That was clean. Yo, chat, who in here actually watches my YouTube videos? Like, genuinely. I don't care if you watch all of them, just any of them. Not me? Damn, bro. That's fake. Oh yeah, I just started a week ago. Yeah, there's nothing wrong, bro. I mean, like, I just want you guys to know I really appreciate it. Thank you, someone. I appreciate you. I know TNT watches them. He tells me every day. He sends me a screenshot of it in his sub box. He's like, look at it. It's there. Oh, shut up is mean. I'm not gonna shut up, but I'll stop talking. Uh-oh. 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 Losable.
G2 unrelenting. And you know you're going to get their best shot here in the final 53 seconds.
I mean, this is just so good though. G2
True, gotta watch the videos, get me into algorithm. Wait, really, Surge? Dude, that's super nice. I hope you enjoy the content. What do you guys think of the videos I make? I think like they're pretty good. I think like the Rlcs videos I made like for Worlds, like I don't know if I want to make more of them or not. Like I've been clipping stuff all throughout this tournament. I think I'm gonna make the video and we're gonna see if I upload it though. I might just have like a whole like section for that. I don't know. Put more of me in them. Well, we gotta play more. You know what I mean?
You can get both comfortably, but that comfort is dissipating quickly. 25 seconds. Kaio just dump one into the corner. This does
They're good no troll, thanks bro.
Slowing down G2 as best he can.
I try really hard. That last video I made, I'm not even kidding, chat. Like I made it all in one night. Everything, the YouTube video, the thumbnail, the editing, everything. And then I slept for 5 hours to stream the next day for Rlcs. I'm not even kidding. Like that was my day. I edited it for like, I made that 8 hours or something with like everything. Nice. Next day I uploaded it while streaming. 5 hours sleep. I put a lot of time into it, so I do appreciate it. Did you sleep after stream yesterday? No, I stayed up all night. I actually, I slept bad again. Like whenever I have bad sleep, I sleep bad again. And I woke up at like 10 a.m. this morning or something. I don't know. I slept for only like 6 hours after being like getting bad sleep. But then I ate and I just went right back to sleep again. And I woke up like 10 minutes before this all started.
G2's let a couple go by the wayside and they go.
So I slept good now because I slept like 8 hours or so.
What a influence too that Sathu has been for G2. I think a great coach makes all the difference when you're not worried about all the external factors, you know, what maps you're playing on, how the stream looks. You just worry about the game itself.
W. It's probably going to start with a W, right?
His boys focused, laser focused on the task at hand now. Game 6 on Neo Tokyo
Whammer.
And stopping this momentum from Furia.
Wager.
For G2, I mean, one of the things I love about this team is the fact that they're able to. I've heard it from Atomic. They like to talk. They like to discuss things. They like to improve. Like this is a team that wants to grow together, and you see that in so many different ways. Now the chance is for them to see if they can convert and finish this series, because we're out of timeouts. Fury as a team, they're already out of lives. G2 has one left here. And if they're avoiding that Champions Field, they have to become successful here. So it seems like Fury, though, is still just trying to keep themselves locked in.
Yeah. Bottom left.
Surge?
That's a cold-blooded assassin.
Surge? I need you to give me one reason why I shouldn't be banning you right now. Just one. Give me one. All right, that's good enough. All right, you're good. You're good. You made it. You're good, bro.
It's a look that G2 has not had to worry about, but it's also otherworldly Yan now, who is finding his stride. He's got 5 goals to lead all scorers.
Don't worry, TNT. It's okay. I wouldn't have listened to your suggestion anyway.
It's going to be a long final couple of games for G2.
You got it loaded up. Neo Tokyo is the stage. Can Furia fight back and force a game 7? Or is G2 gonna move on to the semis here and now?
Well, Atomic going ahead after.
Let's go, Furia. Bring us to game 7.
At least he got contact,
that's all I want.
But nobody else dove in. They realized Furia had that well defended. This is the guy to stop though. Yan diving into the corner, so too is Kaio. Now Chicago. He's got options in the middle. Yan cuts out one of them.
Oh!
Needed a second touch. Of course he's got it. Good grief. Now Kaio. Plan is, of course, get the ball to Yan. He's circling around in midfield right now, and JNAPS played it.
Yan so cute. That's weird. My name's Chonga. Nice save.
Yan got back. I thought he had him all beat.
Looked like it was close. JNAPS almost able to start things off strong for G2, but Furia say no. Things start to settle here. Yan and Chicago
good grief.
take each other out.
That's some boomer talk.
It's quiet, but it's about to heat up.
For goodness sake. Good grief.
Touch there from JNAPS. Chicago's able to pick it up. Yan's looking to steal some boost. The stalemate here is G2. Start to make the
The heck are you talking about, TNT?
Oh, JNAP's great win, but
Don't lie to them, bro.
all the way.
They can hear you.
Was there as a contingency plan. Now Card looking for a pinch maybe, and Chicago making sure that ball does not end up back.
What does MT mean?
Jan thought about it, but let Card take over, and that's a great touch from JNAP's out of the back wall. Forcing this all the way down to Furious half, and an own goal from Kaio. It's his second of the series, and this one could be equally as tragic.
Oh man, you saw it. You saw the reaction from him. Head down. That's unfortunate for the Furia. 3:30, G2 have the lead.
Winnable.
This is where you find out what you got for teammates, because now somebody's got to pick him up, and Jan certainly the guy to do so, but JNAP's there with the save. Now Card, double tap. Needs one more maybe, but that's deflected out to the corner where Jan will set up Kaio. Instead, Chicago's in the way, and Card will get back. Of course, the other half of this is you wonder if Kaio's confidence will get shot at all, or if he can overcome that mental roadblock as JNAP plays one wide, and Jan waiting right there for it.
Jan trying to get him back to the game. There's a pass to Kaio. Initial touch. Lines up for Card. And Card forces it to the
Let's go. Winnable.
Ball game. Well, Kaio certainly not shying away from it. He had the look. Atomic just there first. But Jan credited with the assist as Card cleans up the mess. 2:54 to go.
Bro, do you guys think it's cringe if I upload like a video per regional, per NA regional?
Oh, Jan, what was he looking at? The ball just sails right.
What's going on?
And Atomic gets another.
Initial touch, yeah, got caught.
Oh, he was jumping.
Y'all looking like me out there.
Fortunate, heartbreaking circumstances. For both of the goals G2 have scored here. If you're a Furia fan, if you're a G2 fan, you take those every single day of the week.
If you're a Furia fan, you've probably got head and hands at this point. I know one who does, as Jan will play one up. I'll try to get the stealing pinch. Got it quickly to Card, but not quick enough. JNAP's now.
Do you think like I should just do one big video?
And he couldn't react. Atomic's got a hat trick.
I don't know if I should do like one big video or not.
You see this? You see him in the net.
I didn't really clip anything the day before.
Atomic just gets that bottom left corner for free. G2 are pulling away from this game and pulling away from this series.
Yeah, the only thing that made sense for more than one video is World, because that was 10 days. I did like, what, 4 videos? I did like Wild Card. I think I did 2 videos in Wild Card, playoffs, and like quarter semis, finals.
Now Atomic around Card. Kaio there to challenge JNAP. Card gonna cycle around here, doesn't matter. Chicago got the win. Now Kaio up to the backboard. Atomic has to contend with Yan, and he navigated that traffic very well. Card for Yan again. Hard shot. High. Kaio off the post and in.
Anything is winnable. Let's go.
They're starting to climb back after disaster struck early. Fury are fighting late. Kaio off the post and in.
Whew.
1 goal game.
I say 1 per split. Nah.
This is the true test for them. When everything
I don't think so. Like you gotta think, like if I'm uploading videos that are highlight videos, like and I'm doing them once a week, it's gonna be hard for me to make any videos if I'm watch partying RLCS for 3 out of the 7 days. You know, so I feel like those videos like are my buffer. I just feel like they'll never do good in viewership though, but they're not bad videos to make, I don't think.
They've got a boatload of time remaining. 1:20, now 1:15. And Card couldn't jump for that. Jan was starting to creep up. He's got to retreat. And he's got that corner boost. But Chicago in his way. So Card now. We dip down towards the final minute. Only JNAP's forward. Now here comes Chicago. That's a big win. Atomic is lurking. This could be dangerous if JNAP's doesn't get that touch. Sure-handed though, as always. Now Chicago. Oh, he got knocked
1 minute.
by Kaio, or at least
Well, 50 seconds.
He'll try again.
Oh.
Pushed high.
So close for G2. JNAP's high. Kaio this time in the air.
Fury got ice, right? Oh my god, that double.
That's not a good touch. Atomic
Now there's
trying to
this.
control it.
Come on, Card. Bang that shit.
Gonna have to weather the storm. 30 seconds left. And G2 just have to hold on
It might be it.
Can Atomic finish it? He can!
That's it. GG's. It's over. It's over.
G2 goes nuclear on Neo Tokyo.
Well, if I don't enjoy making any of my videos. Editing is like a pain, but I like the end result.
And now with only 25 seconds remaining,
I won't upload a video if I don't like it, but
denying Furia a reverse sweep on the opening weekend for North America. Kaio,
I think it's cool. I don't know. I think it's cool. I just want to know what you guys think.
And he's got it away. Now Yan back across.
I feel like that's like a video oh no.
So Kaio's got to cycle around. Only 6 seconds left. Gotta have it right here. Yan needs
That's
a
over.
bullet. Doesn't have it. The chamber's empty. And G2 advances to the semifinals.
What a series between these two.
Look at that decal.
G2 coming out on top. But Furia made them work for it.
I was close on that reverse sweep call. I was close.
Furia, a lot of people are going to be talking about that game 6.
G2 is stressing, yeah, but G2 always struggles closing out.
Still battling back. And still
Pluto can't be Pluto.
relatively close all the way until the 25-second mark where Atomic finishes it. I mean, just
I was starting to believe in the plot armor, Daz. I really was.
All right, see you later, TNT. Plutonium.
Furia fight back with a vengeance. Kaio and Yan each with 5 goals in that series, and you thought maybe, just maybe, there was a miracle at the end of day 1. That squad right there. There'll be some smiles as the rest of the day goes on. G2 weathers the storm, and boy, do they have Atomic to thank for this one. Shot after shot. Yes.
Chat, how long have I been streaming? Can we get an exclamation mark uptime in the chat, please?
In that game 4 of his 6th, to lead all scorers in the series. This is the guy they picked up to elevate
3 hours
them,
and 4.
and he did just that.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand how you feel, Stacks, with the Furia plot armor, but you forget the team on the other side has way more plot
Okay,
armor.
let's think of this. Let's think of this word. What is this word? Let's speed run this really quick.
And, I mean, when they play that good, I'd be yapping as much as he is too. G2 so well done there in that series. They look like I mean, they look like the best team in North America at this point. The question is that the case? We have yet to find out. But I mean, the way they played against Furia, they commanded the pitch. They had a lot of control. Furia had their levels of stride as well. But ultimately, G2 have shown why they are the second best team in the world, but
Thorn.
the first best team in North America.
It's a really good guess. Horrible guess.
Well, we have our semi-finalists all set. It's been a wild second day here at the Fall Open. Let's send things back to Curly.
Oh, no, that was a good guess, though. That's a lot of info.
Thank you very much, Stacks.
So O is in.
What am I gonna say about that series? I'm glad I could lean on you guys. Gibbs, what did we just witness?
Okay, so TT is in one of these.
Let's just get that out of the way.
Could be double T's.
From both teams on that. And James was so angry about it. She's like, where was this Furia when they played NRG? That he just left. So he'll be back hopefully shortly.
Oh, he's here.
back.
He's here. He punched it.
Oh, we can't hear James on stream.
Oh, no.
He'll just have to stay quiet, which is
It was the
even
best
better.
it's ever sounded, though. You guys missed it. It was crazy.
That's
But
true.
Furia,
That's true.
they did battle back. They absolutely did. Games 4 and 5.
I can't think.
Furia ramp up. We talk about momentum a lot, and I think on land it's a lot easier to gain that momentum. Online, I was worried about Furia. It seemed like they started off a little bit too slow, Jorby.
Dude, as soon as I saw the G2 matchup, I rolled my eyes and went, here we go again. And then they go down 3-0.
We need info.
Like, okay, great. And then it's just 2-4 again, man? Again? How many times? How many times did Reed try to throw this game? How many times in Game 6 did Chicago just hit the post or hit the crossbar, and we just can't punish it? There's something about this G2 team. It's just when they hop in the water with Furia, all of a sudden they're the minnows, and G2 are the sharks every single time. And it just like it's frustrating for me.
Bro, I can't think of a word.
I know what.
Oh my God, I'm gonna freak out.
In the middle of that series, but two things are really killing this team: their inability to mix it up and their physical game. Those two things are absolutely killing them. These top NA teams online, they know how to play.
Why do I keep thinking of a word that starts with a T?
Just to air dribble 50 and hope for the best afterward. That might have worked in South America against almost every single team. But
I'm gonna try a double T.
Even outside of the top 8,
teams in North America.
No, I'm not. I
know
can't
how to
think of a
play
word.
against your mechanics. They play against FaZe all the time. It's nothing new to them. Furia have to learn how to mix things up. I was worried about it, causing problems in their first regional here, but making top 8 is still a good start for Furia. I absolutely believe they can still adapt. This G2 demon, I'm sick of seeing it, man.
Real quick.
Seriously.
But real quick, we talked about demos. They had 1 demo per game versus G2. They were dead last in this entire tournament.
Dude, this is so hard.
They're definitely going to have to figure that one out.
Jorby, you're absolutely right. It feels like G2, they've got Furia's number. I said G2 for now. I don't think it's Furia yet. I think there's a lot of work
B,
there,
U, and T. This is 3 letters of info.
Like G2.
Is that even worth?
Especially when you're kind of entering G2's home court right now, right, in North America. So ultimately, Furia falling. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket, see where we've ended up here for today. Of course, we still have a whole nother day of action. That's coming to you.
I'm doing it because I'm hard suck.
You can see our final 4 teams in the
Okay, that's not great info.
And FaZe.
It still could be double T.
Space Station and Gen G in the bottom semifinal. Crazy. Final 4 teams here, Gibbs. What do you make of what we have left?
I don't know. I don't know what this word means. Is that a word? No.
Paying off. We see the international
Dottie.
transfer paying off as well. And then on the other side,
Okay, it was double T. But now we have 1 guess left.
Out of all of North America, FaZe, we saw them at the World Championship battle to see who would play BDS in that final. And they're
Dude, what could T? What? What is it? What comes after a T with any of these letters?
G2. Against anyone else, they're confident, but that's going to be a juicy matchup.
That's right. Well, let's go ahead and look at the schedule. There's only 2 matches, so it's not going to be that hard to figure out. You can see
What I'm for you?
taking on
Has to be
Space
TM, right?
First, that's going to start at 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern. G2 and FaZe will be second, and of course, our grand final will be after our first 2 or our 2 semifinals.
Can't
here.
be allowed.
Gibbs, Jorby. We kicked James out. We don't want to hear his final thoughts, but I'll start with you, Gibbs, and we'll end with Jorby. What'd you think of our first,
Holy fuck,
broadcast
this.
here on Saturday?
Oh, it's going to be a double O, right? It's going to be like OTTO.
You've seen his shirts.
Moto.
At 4
Yeah.
years old, battling cancer, battling chemo. He's done with chemo. He finished.
Wait, who?
Congratulations, Link. Ring that bell with honor. We are so proud of you. Hopefully, we get to meet you some point at a major.
I don't know who they're
championship.
talking. Who they were talking
We're all
about.
pulling for you. We're so incredibly happy for you, and we love you.
Jorby?
Well said, Gibbs. On the game side of things, I can't wait for tomorrow.
Do I get the first word?
FaZe looked incredible. That FaZe G2
No.
matchup is gonna be
Well, you would.
And Space
Even though I
Station
got it without
really
using
look
chat,
like they're
but
trying to make a name for themselves early in North America to contend for that top spot. But I mean, right now for
But that's
me,
my
it's
last
G2
one.
and everyone else, they've been so consistent. And despite what I
So,
saw in Game 6, it's
that's
gonna
why
be
it's a
hard to doubt
no.
that team.
Championship Sunday, the first one of the
So it's a
year
little
for North
unfortunate.
America is upon us.
G2
The
versus
fall
FaZe,
open tomorrow,
banger.
starting at 1 p.m.
This is
Eastern, 10 a.m.
Worlds,
Pacific.
run
You
it
don't wanna
back.
miss it. Come back to Twitch.
SSG Gen G.
We'll see you then.
Banger. Two bangers, and then whatever is left over is gonna be a banger. Oh, don't decall at me. It's my last one. This is my last one. I have to go. It's time to depart. Chat. It's time to depart. It's time to go. I mean, honestly though, like, I think I'm ending the stream, but I might stream again later tonight. I might not. I don't know. I'm not sure. I might stream after dinner. I'm not sure. We'll see. See how it goes. G2's bidding FaZe? No. No. I don't know. They probably will. I mean, G2 beats FaZe a lot, but I don't know. Hopefully it's a good series. I don't know. We'll have to see. Who can placement? No, it's just because I was doing a watch party, Penguin. It'll go back when, you know. See, I still got, well, 2 of me. Not used to looking at. I know. Penguin, you always join when I end the stream though, because I'm ending this stream right now. I'm literally leaving right now. I might be playing later tonight though. I might stream again later. What do you mean what? You hurt me? Wait 2 minutes. Why? Why 2 minutes? What happens in 2 minutes? Oh, so you can experience your daily tongue intake. Okay.